If you have not followed his Triple H horse racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.
Good afternoon and welcome to Weekend Warriors, episode number 11, right here on the HHH Racing Podcast. It is Travers Day. I'm here with good friend and co-host Chris Walsh. Thank you very much for joining us of live coverage of Saratoga, Monmouth, Woodbine, and Delmar, with video at Woodbine and Monmouth, audio at Delmar and Saratoga. Saratoga, of course, has count them, five Grade 1 races in a row here on Travers Day. It's already been a very exciting day. Please make sure you listen to us to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. Follow us on X at HHH Racing Pod. And of course, subscribe to our Power Pick tip sheet. We'll have QR codes on the top right-hand screen throughout the show. It's not up there right now, where you can sign up for our very popular and exciting Power Picks tip sheet. Mr. Walsh, you've been rocking out. You've been a fantastic co-host and actual partial host here on Weekend Warriors. How you doing, my friend? It's Travers Day.
I'm doing great. Excited for the card. We've got 5 Grade 1s, as you said. There's a all stakes pick 5 here with 5 Grade 1s. You don't get that very many times during the year here. So might be a couple logicals in that sequence and turn it into a pick 3. If you've got some opinions, you can press that up. It's not a requirement that you play it for 50 cents. So looks like, Howard, we got about 12 minutes to go before race 9 at Saratoga, which is the $500,000 personal Ensign Stakes.
Let's do this. Let's do this right off start, Chris. And I do not have it scrolling, so we'll say it slowly. Right off the start, very quickly, give me your pick 5 ticket at Saratoga. Let us know if you're going to press up or not, if it's just for 50 cents.
All right. Well, you're going to have to give me a minute because I haven't finished it yet.
Okay, I can give mine. Sorry, I didn't prep you on that. Here's my pick 5. If I were to play a press up, again, I'm playing various pick 5 tickets, but this is my press up ticket for $3. And I'll say it slowly. I'm going 6-7 with all, with 5-9, with 4, with 4. That is my strong opinion press up ticket. I'm playing that for $3, which ends up being $96. Again, my press up pick 5 ticket at Saratoga, all Grade 1, is 6-7 with all, with 5-9, with 4, with 4. Chris, do you have your pick 5 ticket ready to tell us?
Yeah. So it is going to be, since it's a 5 graded stakes, it's going to be $5. $5 race. Okay. We're going 3-7 with 1-8, with 7-9, with 1-2-4-7, with sovereignty.
Nice. So I repeat that one more time for people that anybody want to play that, please.
3-7 with 1-8, with 7-9, with 1-2-4-7.
With 4.
Sovereignty.
Right. 1-2-4-7 with 4 on the end. Good luck to you, Chris. Let's go and look right now at the first race of the day. Whoops, I'm going to put it on the screen here just 1 second, and I'll get it up. The first race is the Grade 1. Here it comes up on the screen right now. The Grade 1 personal Ensign. They're all Grade 1s. $500,000, 1 1/8. Torpedo Anna is 1-2. Chris, we've talked about Torpedo Anna a lot in this show. I love this horse. This is a really cool horse.
Yeah.
She could obviously win this race. 1-2 is completely ridiculous, in my opinion. What say you about the odds right now?
Yeah, I think 1-2 is pretty ridiculous. I'm seeing her at 3-5 right now as I'm looking at the TVG betting app, and I'm seeing her. Well, let's see. No, yeah, that is right. She is 1-2. So yeah,
Man.
You know, I think there's 2 horses here that are the logicals, the 3 and the 7, right? You know, you can make a case for Darth Vader, maybe, but the horse just doesn't win enough. Raging Sea is coming off of 2 losses on a sloppy track, and then the Shuby at the same distance of 9 got bumped there as well and passed tired horses. So not the best of trips for Raging Sea. Torpedo Anna was good last out in the flirtery. She was ridden out well, and she has no excuse here if she doesn't win. But I think it's down to those two.
Okay. We got a lot of people in the chat. Ed, Wiz, Hot Rod, Horse Player, Singling, Torpedo Anna. Look, we talked about this early this week. This is the toughest race she's had, in my opinion, and Pete and Paul's opinion, since the Travers last year. I know he's a lot of G1s. These have been weak fields, Chris. Now, she draws outside, which I think is a big advantage for her because she doesn't want to be stuck down inside. So that is good. But this is definitely a tough field. And in terms of your 3, I've loved this horse for a long time. I've bet her a lot, Chris, Raging Sea. I just don't think she's any damn good anymore. She's gotten outworked in the mornings all the time, randomized. She is the only dead closer in the race, but I didn't see an excuse for her really last time. I mean, she was awful. If it completely falls apart, which it could, I suppose she can win. I am very much against Raging Sea here, and I'm against Randomize, who I loved last time. I think there's a lot of speed. I agree with you on Dorothy Vader. Doesn't win a lot, but I think she's going to get a real nice trip here for Johnny V. And the one I like the most here is Leslie's Rose. What's up, Brad? How you doing? She got a great trip last time. I don't know if she's going to get the same trip. She's just a horse I've always liked, and I think she's improving. The 5-2 is sort of low to me. I think this race is more wide open than just the 6 and 7. This board is really tilted to the outside, and they are the best 2 horses, Chris. But boy, from a betting perspective, if you like anyone else other than the 6 and 7, you are getting paid, my friend.
That is correct. You are going to get paid for sure. The odds don't reflect it. I'm curious to see if Raging Sea takes any late money here. So that will be curious because right now 5-1, 7-1 on the board.
7-1. Sorry, dead on the board, right? I mean,
the 5-1 morning line. I thought this horse should have been a little bit lower than that, but I can't disagree with you with your analysis of just think she's good anymore. I mean, she did get a good bump at the start, which that never helps a horse that's a dead closer, right? They need to get out. They need to get into a rhythm early and go from there.
I just I don't know. She feels like one of those mares that her bet wants to be she just wants to be a mama. But that being said, Chad decides to go with her here. So, what do I know? We got Eric is here. What's up, Eric? How you doing? Eric, thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. There's a concern from C32 Am Gracer. Anna might be running wide on the first turn. That is this person's concern. Your thoughts about that? And Brian Rian is working out something from the outside. It is a relatively quick run into that first turn, going 1 mile and 1/8 at Saratoga, Chris.
It is. And she can get caught wide. It'll be interesting to see, how she's ridden there. Matt Miller in the chat.
What's up, Matt? Anna 4-5, Leslie 2-1. He's guessing. I'm not surprised. I just don't think either one of those horses should be that low.
No.
I guess Randomize is 10-1 here. If you like Randomize, that's a completely ridiculous price. I personally don't in this race. I think she's absolutely need the lead, and I don't think she's quite as good as she's been in the past. I'm using her in my pick 5. In fact, the only ones I'm not using in my main ticket, Chris, I shouldn't even say this, are the 2 and the 5. I think anyone can win this race other than the 2 and the 5, in my personal opinion. There's 5 minutes to post, by the way. We will be showing audio. We've got another, I love our new people in the chat. Worldly Destination. Love that name. Odds on Randomize is a gift. I don't disagree with that at all. Worldly. Good luck if you are playing. Philippe is here. Hello, HHH. What about Barnes, the next race? I'm totally against Barnes. I'm using him very defensively. We'll talk about that, Chris. You might have some interesting opinions on the California horses and the Baffert horses, especially. 4 minutes to post. Hey, chat. Let's win some cash. Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. Please let everyone know that we are on air right now. Ladies and gentlemen, tell your friends, neighbors. Chris, who needs Fox? We don't need Fox. You're just going to ramble on about,
you don't need Fox.
How pretty people's dresses are and everything that in the crowd. You want to bet. If you're here to win some money, this is the place to be. Go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, you don't need any other show than this one. This one is the one that gives you the best analysis, the best betting advice, and puts that all together to make you a winner. Hopefully, I'll make this horn go off a few times, and hopefully you will too. Howard, as we got a few minutes here before we get to post, you mentioned before we got on the air that you got a few contests going on. So talk to us about your contest play.
I do. I have 2 entries in Twin Spires contest, 2 entries in the Express Bet. I'm all in. I'm pushing my chips all in the middle, Chris, this weekend. I'm spending a lot more than I normally do. I just had a nice double, by the way, Mayday ready into that too. And what an unbelievable ride by Flavien Prat in race 8. I mean, I thought I was dead. I couldn't believe he was in last, but somehow found a way to get to the winner's circle there. So I don't really want to say what I need here, but if this race works out for me, I'll be very live in both contests. I believe Twin Spires, I'm 13th right now, Chris, out of 100 and whatever it is. You can look it up. We'll put it on screen at some point. And I'm glad you mentioned that. Respectfully, I might need to either take myself off screen, Chris, or at least mute myself to figure out some hedging. And I've got a lot on the brain right now, including hosting. So, I need certain horses. I need certain horses for the Express Bet contest for sure. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. So anyway, yes, very much. I think Matt Miller's doing well in at least one of the contests. The Twin Spires contest, right? He's in the top 5, I believe, or he was.
That is correct. Okay. He is top 5 there.
We're all trying to get BC, and AHC seats, Chris, basically. When I say we, I mean Team HHH. A lot of us are playing today.
Yeah.
We've got 2 minutes to post. Again, right now, and for those of you who are new to the show, we have audio only. Fox, of course, has the broadcast rights. No one can show the video, at least legally. I'm not going to speak for other people on YouTube and podcasts, but legally, Fox is the only one that can show the races. We'll be playing the audio of the races in real time. You will not miss it. Matt said all the Twin Spires contests are going well. Great. Happy to hear that, Matt. Good luck. So we'll be playing the audio right now. Again, Torpedo 4-5, Leslie 3-1. Who gets the lead in this race, Chris? It's simple as randomized, just gunning and going quick early on the from the rail.
That's what I would suspect with that post. I mean, what else do you want to do there? I mean, you don't have much more of a choice.
Well, in a weird way, I think the key to this race is the 5. I don't know how aggressively the 5's going to be ridden. I thought the 5 was going to be in the race yesterday, Chris. And I'm sort of shocked that the connections decided to go to this much difficult spot. Apparently, the 2 is going to be rating, supposedly, for Safi. I'd like to see that to believe it. We'll see. As we got 1 minute to post, again, you won't miss anything. John, Dr. K is here. He goes with the Claret Beret Hope Road Exacta. I like that. Those are my top 2 in race 11. Let's hope that you were right, Dr. K. All right. Let me just make sure the sound is good. I'm going to go and bring the sound up on screen here.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't want to do that. I actually want to do this. But the sound, there's no sound right now. But when Miramati starts talking, Chris, I just want to make sure that you can hear it. I'll let you know when hopefully you'll hear when he starts talking, but he's not said anything yet.
They're dancing around the gate. Torpedo Anna is now down to 3-5, the 6 at 3-1, the third choice, the 3 at 6-1.
If you had to place a win bet here, Chris, I'm assuming you do it on Raging Sea. You actually maybe already have at 7-1.
I have not placed a win bet on this race. I like Torpedo Anna. I have a couple exacta combos here. You know, nothing really exciting. 7-3, 6-3. You know, I'm with a 3 on top.
I would like to see Leslie's Rose win. That would make me very happy. She saved a lot of ground last time and got a really good trip. This race smells like something weird can happen. I'm not saying Torpedo's going to lose. It's just there's a lot of speed here, Chris, and I don't trust a lot of horses in here. So I don't know. This race, we'll see what happens. I have not heard Miramati yet. So
Howard, your favorite name, Worldly Destination, thanks to the early pick 5 contest, he got paid. Love it.
Podcast, great.
Yeah.
Great job, Worldly. That had to pay. That had to pay nicely. In fact, I tipped out the 9 a little bit, Chris, in race 5, the closeout leg. I had her second and she won, or him second, won like 8-1. So congratulations, Worldly. That's why we got to watch the show. They are approaching.
It's post time for the 78th running of the Personal Ensign. It's a win and you're in for the Breeders' Cup Distaff Division.
Good. Sounds good.
All right.
And your internet's working well, Howard.
That is fantastic. I got a new browser, got a new router for everyone today. Make sure everything was good. Good luck to everyone. 1 of 5 grade 1s. Torpedo looks a little sweaty, Chris. I'm not saying I should be concerned, but I don't think it's that hot out there today, and she's definitely got some sweat. Maybe that's normal for her. I actually did see her in the paddock.
Have gone in. Here's last year's winner, Raging Sea.
Right.
Here we go. We'll let Mr. Miramati take it away.
2 in here for Chad Brown.
The grade 1.
Darth Vader comes forward.
Personal Ensign. Good luck, everyone.
Winner of the Ogden Phipps in the slop. Bernie takes charge. Leslie's Rose will be next. Torpedo Anna walks calmly up to her stall. Goes in. They're in the gate. Bernie takes charge, very fractious. And they're off in the Personal Ensign. And Leslie's Rose broke very well. Bernie's takes charge, is being hustled pretty hard too. And there's a real scramble for early supremacy as Randomized comes through on the inside to take the lead from Bernie takes charge. Those two are dueling. Torpedo Anna came away in good order and is perfectly spotted 2 lengths off this battle. Then comes Leslie's Rose along the inside 4th. Darth Vader is next. It is a big gap to Dazzling Move and Stretch Running.
They are flying, Chris. Flying.
23-1 for Randomized, who is pressed by Bernie takes charge. And Leslie's Rose is very close, as is Torpedo Anna in the clear on the outside. 3 of them now across the track as Leslie's Rose backs off. Darth Vader is 5th. This quintet is covered by less than 3 lengths through a half that went in 47 seconds flat. Still a huge gap to Dazzling Move and Raging Sea. Past the half-mile pole, and Torpedo Anna attacks Randomized, and she is up to take the lead and quickly puts a length on Randomized too. The reigning horse of the year opens up as Darth Vader takes second. Randomized back to 3rd. Leslie's Rose guided off the rail. Dazzling Move is underway. She's within 6 lengths of Torpedo Anna, who ran 6 furlongs in 1:11-1. Torpedo Anna turns for home with Darth Vader in hot pursuit, a length back second. These two pass the 8th pole together. Brian Hernandez Jr. riding for his life on Torpedo Anna, trying to fend off this huge bid from Darth Vader. It's Torpedo Anna. Darth Vader's coming at her. Torpedo Anna, Darth Vader. Here's the line. Photo finish.
You got it.
Torpedo Anna and Darth Vader wire together in the Personal Ensign.
What a race. I think Torpedo Anna held on ever so gamely. Chris Walsh, Darth Vader ran a monster race.
It's a photo finish.
What a race. That is as game as I've seen Torpedo Anna since the Travers. Wow. I think she held on, Chris.
I think she held on too. As I'm watching the replay here as they come down the line, the 4 never stuck its nose in front, and she got it.
Wow. And well, the 4 did stick her nose in front, I think, before the wire. Torpedo got a great bob. Yes,
Number
there's
7.
Wow.
I was first. 4, Darth Vader finished second. 6, Leslie's Rose was 3rd, and 3, Raging Sea was 4th.
I've got chills, Chris. This feels Breeders' Cup-esque, man. Wow. Yeah. I'll tell you what, she earned that big time because it was a very fast pace, and she had every chance to lose that race. I have to admit, I was a little bit against her in this race. I mean, I used her. It's good for me in terms of contest, so I'm happy about that. In terms of pick 5s, it's fine. I mean, I'd like to have beaten her if they're showing the replay, Yeah, what a perfect bob.
Yeah.
A perfect bob for Torpedo Anna. 5 yards after the wire, Darth Vader wins that race. You got to give credit to Johnny V for an incredible ride. 7-4-6-3. Chris, if this is the start of our grade one today,
Oh,
strap it in, my friend. Wow.
yeah. It's going to be stressful, that's for sure. If that's the start of all the races today, no doubt about it.
Wow. I mean, I'll tell you what, that was one of the best races she's ever run by
Yeah.
far to me. They went, it wasn't quite as fast as it looked, Chris. I got to tell you. 23, 47, 111. I don't know how fast this track really is. 136. How about Brad Anderson in the chat? Huge race for Anna. Guess she does not want to be a mommy yet, Howard. No.
Had to move a little bit early. There was a
definitely
big
not
still going on. Talk a little bit about.
Let's listen to Brian Hernandez, Chris, for a minute here.
In the quarter pole.
Yeah, we moved a little early just because the horse right to our inside was we thought he'd die off pretty quickly, so I didn't want to get hung out wide around the second turn. So I just, knowing how good of a mare she is, I let her kind of creep to him pretty quickly, and when she threw her ears up, she got comfortable, and I think making that little move kind of gave her a little breather, which helped her deep down the lane, and she was able to hold the other filly off.
In a few words, what does she mean to you?
I mean, she means the world to us. To her to come back to Saratoga for all these fans, it means everything. It's the reason we all get into racing.
So true. Congratulations, Acacia.
Wow. I mean, Chris, that is what horse racing about. I don't care who you had. If you had Darth Vader, and by the way, I had Darth Vader on 2 of my pick 5 tickets. So I have a little bit of mixed emotions, but I did not have the 4 in the contest actually. So I've got, again, I don't know how I feel from a financial perspective, but from a horse racing fan perspective, Chris, man, it does not get better than that. I was right about randomized, just way too fast, way too much pressure. Leslie's Raging Sea Chris got the setup. She's just, she came out a little bit late, but she's just not the same, man. She's just not the same. I think it's fair to say at this point.
Yeah, she needs not to run on this track. You can't close like that. Hindsight says I shouldn't have used that one, but
well,
it is what it is. I got
that wasn't the point. I hope you know that wasn't the point of my comment. I'm just overall,
No, but I got through the leg. We move on, and you'll go from there. Did you ever catch what the final pool there was for the pick 5? You want to take a guess?
As they were approaching the gate, it was at 1.6 and growing. I think it's got to be close to 2 million, Chris. Did you see it, or do you know? Or you just
2,055,000.
Woo!
So
that is hefty. I'll tell you one thing, again, from a pure pick 5 perspective, that really lowers the payout a lot.
Of course.
I know this is more than just a betting game, obviously, but that does lower the pick 5 a lot, because a lot of people probably singled Torpedo. It's one of those weird situations, Chris. We have a few minutes. I think the fact that she barely won did justify the fact that I thought her odds were way too low. Then again, she actually ran a big race, so maybe she should have been those odds. I still think those odds were way too low, and I think that was proven out a little bit because she barely won. But I think one of the keys to the race was she was able to, settle a little bit. I thought maybe she made a little bit of an early move, Chris. I don't know what you were thinking as you were watching. When she went by randomized and I saw Leslie's Rose and Darth Vader sort of right there, I didn't have a lot of confidence, to be honest. I'll speak for myself, that Torpedo was going to win. I mean, it didn't, because the 2 main threats were really right off her or coming on, I didn't feel overly confident. But you got to give Brian Hernandez. He knew what he had. And when they really threw it down, Chris, Torpedo showed her heart.
Yeah, he made a big lean on that horse, too, to get her to, shift over or do whatever she needed to do. But he said in the interview that they made an early move and just blew by randomized, who I feel like would have been better if it could have got the lead, but didn't.
I agree. Incredible race. We have to move on. I feel like we just end the show right now, Chris. I mean, if that's the beginning of the next 4 races. By the way, the winner's circle's completely packed. It was that way when I was at Churchill, Chris. This is just a really cool horse with a great following. I was just so honored to see her in person. right by the winner's circle. Of course, that was our very first Weekend Warriors show. The Exacta, by the way, paid $15.60 for $1, which is really healthy to me. So if you liked Darth Vader, you got paid nicely with that Exacta, Chris.
Yeah, and all the people that complain about the exotics payouts here, you won't see them complaining about that one.
No, definitely not. Let's see here. I'm just again, I'm multitasking. Chris, why don't you go ahead and take over just for a minute here, and where we're going to go next, and your thoughts on going forward here.
Well, we've got some time to get to back to Saratoga. As I go and look at what's available for us next. Delmar obviously has not started yet. We do have in 6 minutes, we've got a 120,000 K maiden special weight at Woodbine. And I kind of like the horse here a little bit.
Okay. Is that where you want to go next, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, it'll help us,
okay.
Kill 7, 8 minutes before we can get back in the.
All right, it's race 7, correct?
Race 6.
Race 6. I'm sorry. Yep, race 6. Let me actually, you know what? I want to leave that on screen. I'll bring up the PPs a little bit, Chris, as we talk through here, and you can. I'll do my best to multitask you. See, hold on a second here. Let me bring them up on the screen right now. All right, Chris, go ahead and tell me the number you want to talk about, and I'll try to multitask as we go along. Race 6 has got 5 minutes to Woodbine. It's a maiden special, 7 furlong on the Sin for 3-year-olds and up.
Yeah, so the 6 is the horse I like somewhat here. It's run 4 times. It's coming it's run 4 times. It's coming 4th off the layoff here. It's been caught twice in the stretch. The last 2 times out, so you've got to look some level of improvement there. The 4 is the other one for Kevin Attard. 2 races on the turf, and he's 3rd off the level here. And the maiden race was on the synthetic and just missed like a half a length. So I think that one can make some noise as well. And then the other one would be Ludicrous. 2nd time out here for Josie Carroll, and you don't have a lot of like good jockey trainer combos here or things like that. But 2nd time starter often show big improvements in 2nd starts here, and the trainer wins 2nd out at 30% of the time, and that Howard is after 54 2nd lifetime starts. So I think that horse is pretty live here as well. 6-1 morning line. Live odds at 7-2. So those are the 3 that I would focus in on if you wanted to play like a win bet here and didn't want to get too crazy, not playing pick 6s, pick 3s, or things like that.
Why do I feel like the 3? We actually were on air when the 3 ran, right? Against Biles, and I think this was the first that I liked, and we said look out 2nd time out. Do I remember that correctly? I think so.
Yeah, I do have a note on that one that we did cover it. It was 6 wide and still got 3rd, and but this trainer has yet to win in the last 365 days with a 2nd time starter. That's the only real hiccup there.
Yeah, it's more than a hiccup. That's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, but it's a small sample. It's only nine races. Yeah. So, if that was like 62, then I would be like, yeah, that's a major warning sign there. And It's the favorite at 2-1. As I look at jockey trainer combos, the 4 that I like, they're 16%. The 6, they're 0 for 13. The 5, however, with that jock trainer combo is 22% out of 73. So that's probably the place where I will go. I'll look to do some level of exotics here with the 4, 5, and 6, and see if I can come up with something and press my bets up and crush my bet.
Got it. Again, don't mean to be disrespectful to anyone watching or listening here, but again, I'm sort of multitasking here, trying to play some contests and do the show at the same time. Let me know when we're ready to. Let me go ahead.
Why don't you put the video up and then do your thing in the background?
Yep. Okay. We will do that here in just a second. I'm actually ready to
We're 2 minutes to
come up.
post, and usually Woodbine
Great.
is pretty prompt at getting to the
Okay.
gate. This isn't Charlestown last night where it's 0
Let's do
minutes
that.
to post and you're watching them in the paddock.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and do that here with the video, as I had to get some bets in there. So had to take care of some minimums, Chris. Let's see here. By the way, up to in the top 15 of both contests now, the one at Twin Spires and the Express Bet one just made 2 nice moves. I got a long way to go here, but that was very good for yours truly, just to get myself sort of hit the scoreboard, so to speak, and get myself in the mix. Here we go, Chris. We'll go ahead and bring up the video right now. Sound should be on as well. Looks like a beautiful day at Woodbine today. And whoops, we got to get my bad. Here we go. Looks like a nice day at Woodbine today.
Yeah. You need top 6 at Twin Spires to get a BC seat.
Okay.
Then there's that cash contest that's going on. Matt Miller was leading that. Let's see, what did he do, if anything, in the last one? He sat on his hands.
This race is 7 furlongs from the chute. The favorite runners at the moment.
I will be
3,
making
title ready, and 6 Zarabella.
Let me turn the sound up. There's quite a spread with Saratoga, right? They're going to stretch this out. It's probably like 30 minutes or whatever, I would assume.
It was 30 minutes between to the next race.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I will be playing every race now in the contest going forward. I basically planned on that. Here we go. I'm going to go with the 3 here. I didn't look at this race carefully, to be very honest. Chris, who are you going with?
Next along is Princess.
I've got the 5 on top
Power
with the 6 and the 4 underneath.
Already.
And then I do have that
Going forward.
backwards with the 6 on top with the 4-5. Playing that a few different ways.
Okay.
Nicely turned out.
Good luck.
Goes to the line.
Good luck, everybody. Crush your bets.
Late money coming in for Ludicrous, down to 3-1. Ludicrous is next for Fraser Abley. Joining the line, Zarabella.
Yeah, Howard, you're moving on up in the Twin Spires contest.
Ice Cream Boat will be next.
Yeah, I think about 13th, I believe, or something.
And
Yeah.
the last is Tap My Desire. The
Actually, I think I
outside,
have 2.
Kevin Nichols.
I think I have both
Tap My
entries. I think
Desire.
are up there. I believe. I'll have to look at it.
Some mares about to go. They're all in. Lock. They're off. And a perfect line. Mikel showing speed and seeking title ready, seeking that lead with on the outside Ludicrous. They've run out in front and at a good pace, and coming through fast is on the inside Super Dessert, and it is seeking title ready, showing toe-to-day lead by a length and a half to in second Super Dessert. Sharing third are Princess Jade and Ludicrous. A length and a half to Zarabella, settling well. Up the inside goes Mikel, making ground as leader now relaxes just a tad. Back second last, Tap My Desire. The trailer is Ice Cream Boat, and as they go towards the half mile, they are chasing Seeking Title Ready, a length in front. Second, Princess Jade covering ground. Ludicrous Mikel sneaking up on the inside behind the leader. A length behind is Zarabella joining in nicely. And then came Super Dessert. A long gap, the others. 4 lengths, Tap My Desire. And last of all, Ice Cream Boat. 3/8 to run. Seeking Title Ready in front for Sahin Savachi. Taken on again. Ludicrous second. A length away, Mikel. And then Princess Jade and Zarabella 3 wide. And as they come for home, Seeking Title Ready in front, joined by Ludicrous. Looking dangerous, Mikel on the outside, Zarabella, and taking over is Ludicrous, and Princess Jade kicking on, and Tap My Desire heads the others. Ludicrous in front, and now coming on the inside, Mikel and Tap My Desire finishing really well over the top of them, all out wide. Mikel's gone to the front. Tap My Desire coming right down the extreme outside. Mikel in front. Tap My Desire's the danger. Mikel has won it from Tap My Desire. Zarabella, Princess Jade, and then came Ludicrous. Something went amiss there with Seeking Title Ready to run last. 123.13.
Any of that combo of 4, 5, and 6 would have been super.
44 and 4. That way too fast there.
Yeah.
The track might be playing quick also. Hopefully the 3's okay. I think they said something happened to the 3 there. That's a no bueno, as we like to say. We got Monmouth. How much time do we have at Monmouth, Chris? Let me look here.
Monmouth Park.
6 minutes.
5 minutes. Maybe
5 minutes, and Saratoga 16 looks like, so that'd be perfect.
Okay.
Well actually, let's just go ahead and talk about the Saratoga race, and then we'll show the Monmouth race. How about that? The Monmouth race is again, there's no stake races. There's a big favorite in a maiden special weight at race 8. Let's talk about race 10. I think this is one of the, well, they're all unbelievable races, but race 10 at Saratoga is a completely loaded race. It's the H. Allen Jerkens, again, about 17 minutes to post or so. I think almost anyone could win this race. I have the all ball on one of my tickets, and I almost never, ever do that. I'm mainly 1, 4, 5, 8 here. Let me give you my quick thoughts in this race, Chris. I think Verifier is a real deal. 2-1 seems very low to me, though, to be honest, in this field. But I just think he's awesome. I think this is a very, very talented horse who's gotten good trips. But if he can handle the racetrack, and that is it's a small concern, Chris. He's never worked over it. He's never run over it. If he can handle the Saratoga track, I think could be anything. He's undefeated. Here are my two big takes in this race, Chris, and I'll let you expound for quite a bit here after I'm done. My two big takes are, number one, I don't like Barnes at all. I don't know where he's been. He's extremely talented, but I think his stable mates are working better than him, the 2 and the 8.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the long layoff, and I'm against Barnes. I'm using him very, very, very defensively. I don't want him to win at all. It's not a Baffert thing, because a horse I've been against a lot, Chris, in his career, that I actually like today, especially at 8-1, is Madacat Road. I love the outside post. I love Johnny V. I love the works. I think he's a sprinter. He was forced to go long many times early in his career. He ran very well against Patch Adams last time, Chris, the fact that Patch Adams is 5-2 and Madacat Road is 8-1 makes zero sense to me. I won't keep rambling on. Those are my overall opinions. I like Verifier. Madacat Road's my long shot play, and I'm completely against Barnes. What say you in an unbelievable rendition of the Jerkens?
First time I'm ever using Madacat Road here, and I like it for all the reasons that you stated. Been against this horse the entire time here. I think shortening up to the 7 furlong here is going to be beneficial, like the outside post, like the Johnny V is riding. Patch Adams is another one that I like here. Cox has been sort of soft. This meet at Saratoga hasn't done real well. I think this is a good spot where he can kind of step up and get a win. A few of these horses have some wins over a muddy track now, and now you're getting a fast track. I'm worried that Chancellor McPatrick is going to be too far back. Irad, if he recognizes that, will keep this horse closer. Obviously, Verify undefeated here without a win yet. The first time Saratoga, so you never know what can happen there. But those are the main contenders. Yep, with you. Don't like Barnes at all. Baffert shipping 3 in here. I'm going to stick with Madacat Road. I'm 1-8 in the pick 5. So that's kind of where I'm going here. The other interesting thing here is Captain Cook is going from Rick Dutrow Jr., who has not had a good meet either. And Todd picks him up first time out here. But he's only 9% first time on those types of things. And you get Ricardo Santana Jr. riding that one. But could be sort of scary if it can run back like it did back in, the end of 24 and the early part of 25. If it could stick close off the pace and get a decent trip. So 12 minutes to go there.
What are your thoughts on Chancer, Chris?
Chancer, let me get back to Saratoga here quickly. Chancer, like I said, taking a step up here, it won grade 1s and whatnot back in 24 when it was, 2-year-old, right? And now we've got a lot of spacing of races without a lot of racing. Irad's riding here. Pratt had all the big winners, came from off the pace at Saratoga, and that race, and it was 4.5 back and whatnot, but just I think got the trip there and tripped out. But I didn't use Chancer at all.
Okay, very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and bring up Monmouth, and I'm actually going to let you. Oh, we got 0 minutes to post. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me, whoops, sorry about that, people. I can't do that. Let me get Monmouth up. I'm going to actually let you commentate and talk about it. It says 0 minutes to post. I hope it hasn't gone off yet. Again, apologize here. Doing a lot at once today. Okay, let me bring up the video. And I'll stay on screen, Chris. So I'm actually going to mute myself for a minute. Not that I have to talk or anything, but I'm muting myself. It's all yours, sir, through this Monmouth race. Go ahead.
Sturdy, your favorite here for George Weeder, Sammy Camacho, 0 for 8, out at Saratoga, dropping back down here to Monmouth, second off for George Weaver. He's 19% out of 73 tries there. Gets a good job, but I feel like this one is a little bit more in my wheelhouse, Howard. I'm going with the number 1 wheelhouse. 4th time out here, off a layoff, Kirk Kelly Breen, who's 12% on that move and 9% first time with the horse here. Looks to be working pretty well at Monmouth. It's 1 mile and 70 yards, 18% jock trainer combo there. George Weaver and Sammy Camacho have only hooked up 1 time and they're 0 for 1. The 2 for Teresa Pompey looks to be someone that could also make some noise, but with Sonny Leone on, you never know what kind of ride you're going to get. So I'm settling on with number 1 wheelhouse, currently at 7-2. And as we check the chat here, let's see. Reports have transfer training with Sierra Leone and holding his own. For Mike,
are facing up to the gate for the 8th race. Wheelhouse goes in. Bridoza coming up.
Another person with an all ball in this Alan Jerkens race.
The Stern Command coming up, post 3.
Wiz needs to 1, 2, 4, 5, or 8 to complete his double. He singled Anna.
2 back, Sturdy.
Here we go. Good luck.
A couple of them broke through the front of the gate there. Starters trying to hold on to him. Did a really good job as well.
Great.
They're both going to be led back behind the starting gate, numbers 1 and 2, and the vets are going to take a look at these 2 horses to make sure.
How many of you have ever won a race with your horse breaking through before the gate? Dave Portnoy was on the desk in New York. Was a joke.
Folks, they're just taking 2 inside horses.
I'm going to bring somebody on here, Howard, while you're working it. Oh. Paul Halloran, how the heck you doing?
Well, Chris, I am doing great. That is one of the greatest races I have ever seen in person, and I have seen a lot of races in person.
All right, we're going to show this Monmouth race here as we go off, and then we'll have a few minutes to talk about that. But we were over the moon with that race as well.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I thought she got it in real time.
Me too.
Yeah, it just looked like that she got the ultimate bob there. Totally game effort there for sure.
Wow.
So they're backing out number 3 Stern Command.
Did she look a little sweaty to you before the race?
I don't know about on the track. In the paddock, she looked phenomenal.
Howard, why don't you pull this Monmouth race off? Let me talk to Paul.
Is this the Haskell?
No.
Oh, all right.
There we go. Howard is doing some contest work, Paul. So let's just chat about that race. We saw a bunch of sweat underneath the on the chest, and I know the temperature is not hot there today, right?
It's pretty warm, Chris. It's not like 90s, but in the sun, it's hot enough. It's in the 80s. Yeah, it's hot enough.
Yeah, but it obviously didn't affect her. They seem to go pretty fast early, and then kind of cut it back a little bit. And but she just, Brian talked about making the move with her early and getting past randomize, and then had a hold off a very game Dorth Vader.
I don't know what he said, Chris. I didn't talk to him, but I think he had to be a little concerned about getting caught wide on both turns, didn't he? He was, because they were lined up on the first turn. It wasn't like she was in the 10 path, but in a race like this, every inch counts, right? And
Gentlemen, here's a
when
late
he
scratch.
made the move on the turn, once he got to the lead, he really didn't ask her for probably about a 1/8 of a mile, 1/16 of a mile. And then, then he asked, and what a race Darth Vader ran. She really ran well.
She did. We had talked about before the race went off, where there was concern with folks in the chat and whatnot that she could get caught wide there and that could cost her. But he kept her pretty well close. I mean, like you said, she wasn't 10 wide. I did like Raging Sea there, just way too far back. Needs to try and close on a better racetrack, and Saratoga is definitely not that. But I mean, just an incredible effort by Torpedo Anno. And I don't know, did you notice in the stretch, like the shift that Brian did on her, like weight wise? He kind of like sort of adjusted to get her to move over or to switch leads or something.
I did not. No,
you'll see it in the replay clearly.
Yeah, I thought he rode a very good race. He made his move. Like I say, I got to think he didn't want to get caught wide on that turn. And the storyline is obviously it's the opposite of the Travers last year, right? When she was coming and couldn't quite get there, and today she has to hold on. I actually I talked to Anna, for whom she's named, the granddaughter of one of the owners, and I said she watched the race from the same exact spot in the winner's circle as she watched the Travers last year. And, fortunately for them, a different result. And, like I talked about the other night, I just thought watching her train the other morning, I knew she would run big. I obviously couldn't be positive she'd win, but I went from being against her to being all in, and I played one double with her and one full pick 3. I just thought, today was the day for her to bring back the form of last year. And I don't know if she's quite as good. I guess we'll find out in the distaff. But boy, what a cool horse! What a cool horse!
Yeah, for sure. So we got 3 minutes to Saratoga. You mentioned a double. Who are you double to here? Because this is how many horses can win this race?
Yeah, I had a big double into Anna, but now I played 2 horses cold in the pick 3, and I got 3 horses here, the 1, 3, and 8.
1, 3, and 8. Howard and I were all against Barnes. I didn't use Barnes at all. I'm with you with the 1 and the 8. This is the first time I'm using Manicat Road because I hated it in every other spot, but I've got 1, 8.
Taking no money, by the way. No money.
No. 8 to 1. 8 to 1, dead on the board. Patch Adams at 5 to 2. Co-favorite with the 5 verify here, but
I'm a little concerned about the 2. We talked about it on the show the other night. Baffert shipped this horse to run an allowance race, a 14-month layoff. He could have run the Delmar all day, and he shipped this horse here, obviously thinking if things went really well, the Jerkens could be next. So I'm thinking of the right horse, and I'm a little confused there.
Yeah, Midland money. You were 100%
Yeah, okay,
correct.
good. Yeah. Okay.
I'm back on, guys. Paul, we don't have actually a lot of time to Saratoga, but I got chills, man, and that doesn't happen too often. That I can't imagine. And look, financially for me, I would have been okay with either one because I had Darth Vader in the pick 5. Obviously, that shortens the pick 5 quite a bit. But from a pure horse racing perspective, Paul, boy, did Torpedo dig in. I mean, that is one of the most thrilling races you are ever going to see anywhere. What a game horse. Wow.
Yeah, I just said to Chris Howard when you were off, it's one of the best races I've ever seen live, and I've seen a few. I came back to our table and said, does anyone know what the second best sport is? Because this is, that was just on Travers
Were you on the apron,
Day.
Paul? Were you on the apron watching?
I was in the winner's circle about 10 feet away from Anna, for whom the horse is named and with whom I spoke after the race.
We've got 1 minute. We'll talk more about the Torpedo Anna race. I heard you talking to Chris about I'm playing many horses here in this race. I actually have the all ball Paul in one of my pick 5 tickets, which me, I don't like to do that. Remind everyone of your top choice in a very, very difficult and exciting Jerkens.
I picked the 8 on the show, Matticat Road. I'm a little concerned with the Baffert taking no money. I mean, she is cold as a witch's you-know-what on the board.
He
I've
is,
come
yeah.
around. I was against Patch Adams. I think I've come around to Patch Adams. And I'm opposite you, Chris. I got a feeling Barnes is going to run. I can't base it on any hard data. So I think Barnes wins by 5 or finishes up the track.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it was the latter, just as long as he doesn't get hurt. The Matticat Road, the lack of money on Matticat Road, Paul, I'm not going to make too much of it because on paper, he doesn't really look that enticing. But you and I talked about this Thursday. I think there's a lot of things to like. And Johnny V just ran a great race on Darth Vader. The track seems to be playing fair. We'll see. Patch Adams is the favorite. I'm slightly surprised by that.
Yes, I am too. But I think word got out on that workout, and I'm a little concerned about the 2 here. I just used the 2 in some doubles going forward. I'm concerned about the 2.
Yeah,
I would give Barnes a little bit more strength if Pratt decided he was going to ride that horse instead of Verify. Right, because Pratt rides a lot for Baffert out when he goes out to California, and he's sticking with Verify here.
I could be wrong. There's a lot of ways to go in this race. Obviously, I'm against Verify. I'm against Chancer. So we'll see.
All right, we've got another member of the crew.
What's up, gentlemen?
What's up, Pete?
We got Pete Visco.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Paul.
You guys heard the sound from Miramati there just a second ago. Just want to double check.
Yeah, I heard. Well, I heard him, but I'm here.
Okay. All right, so Chris and Pete, just want to again double check. Pete, great to have you on, man. Perfect time to come on. Your quick thoughts on the Jerkens as they're about to go to the starting gate, Pete.
Well, I like Patch Adams, but I think it's a wide open race. I actually, in my pick 5s, I'm 5 deep, so I'm all over the place. But I like Patch Adams on top.
Okay. Big fan of your shirt there, the drinking beer and horses and taking naps too.
All the good stuff. That's everything you want to do.
Again, the sound, we don't hear Miramati, but Pete, just protocol. I didn't really perhaps talk to you about this, but when we're playing audio only without the video, obviously we'll be quiet during the race. When we can see the race, we can comment more. Just want to bring that up. A horse that Paul and I liked a little bit, Pete, Matticat Road.
Yeah.
You guys heard that? Good from Miramati there? Okay.
Yeah. They haven't gone in. You're still circling behind the gate.
Right. I just want to check with Chris and Pete that they could hear Miramati on
you can listen to me in stereo. What's better than that? My guys Pete, at the table are listening and watching me at the same time.
I agree.
Matticat Road 8-1. Okay, actually, we don't have time to talk about it, guys. Here we go. The Jerkens, they are loading what should be an incredible race. Good luck, everyone.
I agree with you, Pete. I mean, Wiz, trade the beer for bourbon.
They're in the gate. And they're off in the H. Allen Jerkens Memorial. The Captain Cook broke very alertly, but here comes Midland Money, and Midland Money flashes at speed to take the lead. Barnes is up close in between horses, and Patch Adams is down at the rail. Smoking Wicked is 4 lengths off the pace. Verifier is 5 behind. He is joined on the extreme outside by Matticat Road, and stretch running Chancellor McPatrick trails 22-1 for the opening quarter mile. And Midland Money shows the way, prompted by Captain Cook, who's just a half length back as they pass the half-mile pole. Smoking Wicked takes third. Down on the inside, Patch Adams. Matticat Road is widest of all. He is fourth now, 4 lengths off the lead. Barnes is racing in between horses. Verifier has dropped back to the last. He was just passed by Chancellor McPatrick, 44-2, as Captain Cook now puts his head in front at the top of the stretch. The money is Patch Adams coming through along the inside. Barnes is coming alive, one from the outside. In Connecticut Road, there's one furlong left. Captain Cook, Patch Adams, Captain Cook, Patch Adams, and Barnes on the outside. Patch Adams gradually getting to Captain Cook. They're head coming for the wire. Here it is. Patch Adams prevails, defeating an ultra game.
Wow. Captain Cook almost pulled off a huge upset as the longest shot on the board. Pete, nice call. Patch Adams up the inside as the lukewarm favorite, 121-3. They actually went relatively slow to the first quarter. It's going to come 1-7. I believe Barnes gets third. Another incredible race, Pete Visco.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, not if you didn't have Captain Cook as one of your five, it wasn't great for a second. But me too, Paul. I did not have Captain Cook. That was an easy toss, but he ran fantastic. But Patch Adams showed some grit, and that was a nice win. I mean, a lot of chalk though, Paul. I don't know about these. Every race is chalk.
Well, I had a $50 double with Anna Pete, and I just hit a $10 pick three. So
well, that's good then.
That's how you mitigate the chalk factor.
Yes, I did not do anything smart like that, unfortunately.
I'm in a weird situation, guys, because I don't Paul and Pete, you don't know this, but I'm very heavily involved in contest play today. I'm trying to get a BCBC and an HCC, which obviously is preferable over hitting a $2,000 pick five. Let me turn off the sound here. The reason I say that is I had the all button, of course, as I said, on one of my pick five tickets, and Captain Cook would have completely blown that up. And actually, guys, I have that on my press up $3 ticket. So I would have been able a chance to pay for a seat maybe if that came through. But hey, Paul, can you turn the sound, maybe mute yourself when you're not talking, if you don't mind, just because there's a lot of background noise, Paul. Thank you very much. It's that damn Jim Pilar's yelling in the background, probably. Just kidding, Paul. Anyway, that was weird, Chris and Pete, because I have an all button for $3 with Captain Cook, but I didn't use Captain Cook in my contest, and I did use Patch Adams. I went 1-4-5-8 with 5-9, so I'm alive to the 5 and 9 in some healthy doubles going forward, which is Claret Beret and Hope Road. So I would really like to see one of those two win. Chris, your thoughts on an interestingly run race? I thought they'd be flying. They really weren't.
No, they really weren't. Obviously happy to, again, move along, albeit with the favorite in my $5 pick five. But Patch Adams gets it done. Connecticut Road, we're divorced again.
I told you that horse had no shot, man. That was the one. I was right about two things and wrong about everything else in the race, pretty much.
Yeah, I want to tip my cap to Noah Maher, by the way, who didn't like Verifier all week long. He was awful. I'm guessing, and look, I was wrong. Okay, there we go. I said it. I couldn't have been more wrong in this race. I had 5-8. They were both bad, so I was wrong. I think, Pete, what that shows me, I don't know if this is the case, but it's really helpful when these horses either run over the Saratoga surface or at least work over it. Yeah. Although when I think about, Patch Adams ran over it. Verifier's never stepped foot on this track before this week. Connecticut Road did, but didn't run very well. Barnes ran better than I thought, but he didn't win. So I don't know how you guys feel about Barnes. And Chancer just didn't get the setup. They went 22. Paul Howard, you can put yourself back on if you'd like sound. Paul, they went 22.38. The second quarter, guys, was 22.14. The second quarter was faster than the first quarter. When that happens, it's hard to come from too far back. Perfect ride by Saez, by the way, Paul, on the inside.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I told you I was concerned about the two, and I remained concerned until about the eighth hole. And then it was a question of who's coming. And I needed Patch Adams is one of the three I had in the pick threes. It's, I'm not going to retire off it, but we'll keep churning away here.
Okay. Pete, any final thoughts on this race? Captain Cook, that's Pletcher now, right? He got
Yeah.
a perfect trip, but
Yeah.
there's times where I've liked him. There's times where I haven't. He did get a perfect trip, but boy, did he run huge.
No,
Yeah.
and we talked about that, Howard,
right?
before, the first time Fletcher, right? And how that horse could improve. I just didn't think it could have improved that much.
Yeah, he got a nice trip. I mean, although it's funny because he sprinted he's only sprinted his debut, which we're going to toss because that was a long time ago. Then he won. He broke his maiden sprinting. Then he was going long, and he was fine. Then last time out, he went to the lead. Maybe he's just better, sort of sitting just a touch off. I don't know. He just ran big, and nobody else. A lot of the other horses didn't run big in the race, except for the top two. Really, Barnes ran okay. Everybody else kind of crapped the bed.
Yeah, Midland Money had the lead, right? Was on top.
Yeah, that was the horse on the lead.
I got to be
right?
honest. I think some people are going to be disappointed with him, Pete, because he was a sneaky pick. And I know they went very fast second quarter, but really didn't have a lot of excuse. I think this was just too soon for him, probably.
Third career start, by the way. That horse has got a
Say again,
bright
Paul?
future. Third career start. That horse has got a huge future.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yes. No doubt about it. Let me see here. I'm going to mute myself. Chris, go ahead and host for a little bit with Pete. And if you need me to click a button, I can hear you guys. Obviously, I just want to talk for a minute here. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, Howard's up to 15th place in the Twin Spires contest.
Nice.
As I look at the Express Bet contest where I can see 12. And I don't have enough time to find out where he is in the Naira one. But Howard in the background, crunching the numbers, trying to come up with the next play.
How has your day been, Chris, so far? I was out all day, so I haven't heard. How you guys been doing?
Not too bad. I haven't made that many wagers today. I tend to kind of slow down with been burned by the spa in years past. It's the the graveyard of tickets to a certain extent. So I'm live in the pick 5, which is great, and I'm going to do something here into the Travers, where I'm pretty much locked in. Paul has convinced me that Sovereignty is the second coming of Secretariat, and I
don't believe I said that. But.
No, I'm just going to stick with that. I sort of mentioned that because I think it's a good time to talk about this. This week we lost Ron Turcotte yesterday. Great ambassador for the sport. Always a class guy. I had seen him out at Santa Anita and Hollywood Park back in the day when he was still traveling around and whatnot. But just a class guy, great writer. The story with the looking back wasn't looking back at the field; it was looking at the clock.
Yeah.
He wanted to know how fast he was going, and he was really his competition was the clock. And all these years later, nobody's gotten close to that.
No, that was awesome. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's always sad when you lose somebody like that, but it's nice when you can sort of remember some of the good things, and it's a poor excuse because sometimes you forget about people in the middle when they're actually alive, but then when they pass, then you start bringing back some of the good things about them. So, Paul, you hit that. You said you hit that. You hit the pick 3 with Patch Adams, or you're still live to one? You hit
I
it
hit
there?
it with her. Yeah, it's like $20,
beautiful.
just under $20 for $1. Had it for 10.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
I'll take that. Yeah,
the double with Anna was $660 with going into Anna, so that was all right.
And you said you had that about 20 times?
50.
Oh, 50 times. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, so you're hanging in there pretty
Well,
nicely.
I mean, we talk a lot about if it's going to chalk out, you either try to, you gotta.
Well, that's the one thing is right. Sometimes people get too carried away with beating the favorites. Sometimes the favorites are the favorites for a reason, and they're the best horse in the race. And you just play them accordingly, and you don't try and get cute, and you can make money. I always say this, Paul. Every single bet, if you bet it right, makes money. It might not make you the most. You're not going to get rich and retire off of it, but you can still make some money off of it.
I think
I agree.
I think there's one guy in the crew that does that fairly well. His initials are MM.
Yeah, he does okay betting chalky little horses, right? I mean, that go. By the way, Paul, I hit the pick 5 with Torpedo Anna. That made me a whole like $43 because I spent.
That's all. Oh my God! Oh, what
it
pay?
paid $150. So I spent too much on it. I was out and I was just throwing a ticket in, and I threw a ticket in, and I was hoping for somebody to get it up. So that horse in the race before, Dividend Recap or something like that, looked like it was going to get away for a second, and I was like, at least that would make it pay a little bit. But then that ride by Pratt, which I don't know if you guys were on yet.
Oh my God!
Were you on for that? You might not
No,
have been on.
I wasn't. I wasn't on, but I mean that was just ridiculous.
That was such a beautiful ride, right? So that.
Oh my God!
But
Pete,
I was
that ride
6 to hold.
That ride, Pete, I needed the 2 in the contest big time there. Like literally 3/4 of my contest. I'm in 4 different entries. I won't get in details. Anyway, I needed the 2. And the horse didn't break right, Pete, and then got shuffled back to last. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. He followed the 6 so perfectly.
Yeah.
There are very few people in the world, I think, that would have won that race other than Pratt, because a lot of jocks would have sort of panicked, right, Pete, and try to go wide and catch up. He's like, no, I'm just going to keep that ride was one of the best rides. I wasn't a great field, but that was one of the best rides I've seen in the last calendar year.
And
That
how
was
it
unbelievable.
didn't break great. He went to his knee. Almost went to his knees.
No,
it was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
By the way, hey Paul, you'll like this story. So my son was in a rehearsal for a thing he's doing. So my wife and I dropped him off, and it was further enough away. We're like, well, we don't want to drive home, so we went to this bar to have a drink right across the street. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching that race, the 8th, on my phone. And some guy walks in, and the bar, there's like 4 people in the bar, and this guy walks in. And my wife looks at him, and then the guy's like, looks over my shoulder, and he's carrying the program, the thick one that has all the tracks in it. And he sits down 2 seats down from me, and the girl put the races on for him. So he was like, "Oh, Saratoga." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What a crazy coincidence." I was waiting for him to say, "Hey, aren't you Pete from the HHH show?" But I figured. I kept telling my wife, I'm like, I think he probably was like, "There's no way that's Pete here in this little bar. It can't be someone that big from the HHH show just sitting here in this regular place." But
I'm going to show the leaderboard here. Sorry, my sound on? Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
we're going to look at the leaderboard here on the right side. I'm going to try to. I don't know if I can make this. That's okay. So let me get it up here. There's a bunch of contests going on today. A lot of people are involved, guys. And Twin Spires, we are very excited about for reasons that the 3 of you might know, as we're hoping to let's just have a relationship with Twin Spires soon. But anyway, so I had 2 entries. I zeroed out on 1 already, but that was the plan, guys. Actually, right now, Troy Flynn is at 2,800. There's Matt Miller in 4th. Frank Mustari, Marshall. Look at this leaderboard. Complete ridiculous. Michael Donoval, Brad Anderson. What a leaderboard. And then a Tony Zhou. There's some knucklehead, and I'm alive to some bets here, guys. Again, I'd rather not say what I'm alive to. All I can tell you is if this race comes through for me, I'm going to be in the top 5, guys, for sure. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know what other people are doing, but this would be huge for me. Chris, how many seats do they have there available? The Twin Spires for BCBC, and actually there's no NHC. It's only BCBC, I think.
We got 98 plus entries in it right now. They're advertising for that. The prices are, and entries have closed. So 1st through 9th get the Mint Millions betting challenge or BCBCC. I'm guessing everybody's going to choose BCBC. Was trying to bet Kentucky Downs would be.
Yeah, I'm watching right now, or BCBC. So
or
it says 3
BC.
There's 3 BCBCs and 6 of the Mint Millions ones. So in my mind, guys, I need to finish in the top 3.
Yeah.
I like Kentucky Downs, but not that much. I'm trying, so I need the top. That's assuming people are going to take a BCBC over. I'm sure they will, right, Paul? I mean, why would they not?
Well, if not, you can call them a psychologist.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Unless they're double qualified, Howard.
True. I'm guessing a lot of people that are in this contest are not double qualified, hence the reason why. What do we got time-wise here, Chris? Where do you want to go? You can run the show a little bit here.
We got 18 minutes to Saratoga.
Oh, yeah, I'll hop off.
Woodbine is off, and the Monmouth race is going to go off in a minute. It's a 12.5 climber, so we should just kind of move on here. Howard, I do got to take like 3 minutes and a couple, but I wanted to mention one thing that was kind of interesting this week in terms of horse racing. Did any of you get to watch the Ray Pollock Micropoli?
No, not yet. Not yet.
I did not. I know Matt Miller watched it.
I watched the whole thing. I watched it twice, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
I watched it twice because I was looking forward to this, actually, with the teaser video that Mike put out. But it kind of dragged a little bit. There weren't, as much good content back and forth. You could tell Ray was annoyed. He got a little bit more annoyed. Mike was a little too aggressive. I thought Pat could have moderated it a little better and let Ray talk, because Ray would talk and then Mike would cut him off. They agreed on a lot of things, and it would be good to foster that and whatnot. And credit to Mike, he donated $100,000 to aftercare and whatnot. I thought the plan they had for aftercare in terms of how to fund that and get that to $20-30 million a year. I think the sales play a large part in that. If you're going to buy a horse for $1 million or $2 million and you can't afford a couple thousand or $3,000 to tack on top of that, then what are we doing here? I mean, and they didn't get into a lot of the betting, the computer assisted wagering, how all that works. Mike kept holding up a notepad with all the things that he had on there. They went for about an hour and 20 minutes, but I thought for the most part it was cordial. Mike is Mike. He comes off the way he does, and you have to accept him for who he is. But he said on there that he's going to sue the Jockey Club. He's going to go one-on-one with them and all 20 members and try and get them to change what they're doing. They both agree that the data should be free. You shouldn't have to pay for the data that the Jockey Club owns and whatnot. And, we all know Mike's feelings on the Jockey Club, but I thought it was pretty good. It's worth a watch. It'll be interesting with the next, chat with the commissioner and, how all that goes and whatnot. But, Mike's he's no dummy, man. I mean, the dude's made a ton of money. He's a great entrepreneur. And having someone like him, not necessarily be the commissioner, but to help get us out of where we are now and go somewhere with it.
The problem is, though, Chris, that there's no he's commissioner in name only, where he has no power to do it. So even if he says stuff and if he came up with good ideas, nobody has to follow it. And that's the problem, I think, in the end, right? It's that there's no real body who's can say, no, this is what we're doing, and then have a mechanism to implement it. And I think if you had that, maybe things would be able to change. Just saying it is great. You want to get it out there. You want to call people out for maybe not doing the right things, but you still need some sort of mechanism to actually push the changes through. And I think that's where we stall sometimes. I don't know.
Well, you have to get the states together, in my opinion. The states.
That's the problem, right? Yeah. Everybody does what they want, right? Yeah.
Florida and California have to get together. And then they have to figure that out. And then they probably got to get something done federally to make it work. And, for all the rest of them, there was a lot of noise this week at Belterra with the jockey there and everything else. We've seen that at all the different tracks everywhere else. My handle on Belterra over the last 10 years is $0.
Mine's 0, but it's still, I mean, at least they swiftly had a judgment on it, which was something, with relatively quick turnaround. And honestly, probably the publicity of seeing that post. I mean, everybody saw that video. Everybody in horse racing Twitter, or horse racing X, I should say, saw that video going around. Otherwise, I would have never known that happened. And I'm not really watching replays from Belterra necessarily. So, I mean, I guess maybe sometimes shining a light on crap brings it to the surface and makes people act a little better. So
the only time, Pete, I look at Belterra replays is early, like the first week of Keeneland. because there's
because they're
one of
coming
those-
off that.
There's
Yeah,
always one of those
Yeah.
Altera horses that wins,
that comes off. Yeah.
right? Like that's the workout prep race for Keeneland, and then everybody goes on X and says, "Oh, the Keeneland, the Belterra horse won." It's like, all right, well, we know it happens. Like, go and try and find it.
Yeah,
Man.
pay attention to it. Yeah,
It's
no,
like
that makes
fishing,
sense.
you know.
Yeah.
You gotta have your bait there. All right, we're getting
Where we at?
closer. 13 minutes.
Who you live to here, Chris? Who do you have?
Here I have. Let me go back to my ticket. So everything was pretty formful for me here as well. Yeah, I was 7-9. Not 7-9. Yes, 7-9 here. Celia and Hope Road. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually deep in this one. I have 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. I didn't even like Scylla. I put Scylla on the ticket last minute. Actually, the horse that I know Howard liked on the show, Claret Beret, is taking a chunk of money right now. I don't know, Howard, if you were paying attention to that, but your horse is taking a chunk of money right now.
Sorry, I didn't. Yeah, I go ahead, guys. I'll.
No, you don't have to say anything. I'm just saying your horse, the horse that Howard liked on the show Thursday, is taking a chunk of money. The number's 5, Claret Beret.
Yeah, I looked at that one and I ended up just, sticking with the 7 and 9. I'm 4 deep in the next leg, and then obviously single to Sovereignty in the last again $5 tickets. So we'll see where we end up there. But
I like the 3. Majestic Oops was my pick on the show. And that's who I still like, and I actually would like it based on, I thought would maybe take a little more money, because on a bunch of podcasts I listen to, people like that horse, so that's usually doom for the price, but the price is actually holding right now, so I would love to see that horse come through. You want one of these races to come through with a price and I went 2D. I actually went with Magnitude and Sovereignty. I figured if I can get a price home in a couple of the other ones, I don't want to lose if either one of them wins. So I actually played them both, regardless of whether that's bad ticket construction or not. I didn't give a crap. If I'm on the back end of a decent ticket, I don't want to lose if the best horse in the country wins the race, even though I like Magnitude.
Yeah, the problem with that one for me, and both of my horses haven't won at this distance here, but the 3 is over 2. And just Dan Ward, longtime assistant Jerry Hollendorfer, who, by the way, won a race, I think, last week at Del Mar. He just doesn't win these kind of races.
Yeah, not necessarily. But at least this horse is at least you're getting a horse that could be on the upswing, and that's what I'm looking for. And the 2 losses going 7 were so long ago that I sort of generally I'm with you. I like a nice, horse for distance or even horse for course. But since this one, when he lost those races, it was a long time ago. He wasn't the same horse there's a drink, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm doing a lot of, I'm sure no one minds me just shutting up.
No, nobody wants to hear from you anyway. We're
fine. When you have 4 entries, I'm alive to 3 right now. There's a lot of maneuvering in game theory and hedging one against the other. And what I'm trying to do, just for people that are involved in contests, is I'm trying to win a BCBC in one entry and an NHC in another. And I'm trying to weigh how to do that, guys. And there's a lot of maneuvering with that. And I still want to be a part of the show. So again, after the race, I'll tell everyone what I'm doing, but I'm trying to cover every logical horse. Are we about ready to talk about the Ballerina in detail, guys?
I think so. Howard, I'm going to take 3 minutes, pull myself off. I'll be right back.
Okay. Actually, we can do, how much time do we have with the Ballerina, guys?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I'll tell you what, let's take a 2-minute break right now. We're going to take a 2-minute break right now. Let everyone get a chance to collect their breaths. We're about halfway through the show here. We'll come back in about 2 minutes. And then, Pete, do me a favor. When we come back, go ahead and start putting up some people in the chat, because I see 125 comments that I have not looked at, and I feel bad about that. So let me find the banner that I want to put up here, which is right there. And we will all be back, ladies and gentlemen, in approximately 2 minutes for the Ballerina. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. All right, we are back. Howard Kravitz, Pete Visco on a very exciting Travers Day. Thanks for joining us. We'll have Chris and I believe it's Paul. Chris and Paul will be right here in just a minute. Let's go ahead and look, Pete, as we got Paul Halloran on now. Let's go ahead and look, guys, at the Ballerina. It's a field of 8. Mystic Lake is scratched 8-5 on the outside with Hope Road and Bob Baffert. Paul, your thoughts in this race? You're muted, Paul. Paul, you're muted, my friend.
I like the 9. The favorite run is going to end somewhere. So I'm going to try to get Majestic Oops on the board here. That's my attempt at being clever. Which usually doesn't work out well. But, that's my but I do like the 9 the best. I think you make a case for Scylla. I know, Howard, you like the 5 a lot, and you're not alone, by the way. I understand the 2-1, by the way, on the 5, Howard. I heard a lot of people talking about the 5, so you're in. You have plenty of company on that bandwagon.
I just don't feel like there's a lot of places to go in this race. Scylla is, really cold right now, 9-2. I'm sick of chasing her. Pete, we didn't talk about Brightwork a lot on the show on Thursday. Brightwork is 3 for 3 at Saratoga. The numbers don't say she can win this race, but she does run her best. And we know that John Ortiz is capable of winning these big races. I wouldn't, if the 2 wins, I wouldn't be shocked. It'd be a total disaster for me. But Brightwork is an interesting horse. I mean, it's not the worst longest shot on the board I've ever seen.
No, not at all. I mean, those two of the 3 wins came when she was in really fantastic form back in 23, and then the other win came in August of 24, and she just hasn't been as good since. But no, I mean, sometimes a horse just loves the track, right? And they get there, and a whole new side of them comes out, and they awake. But she's just been in really rough form the last few, to where it's really hard to trust her. So I think the odds make sense. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
Your thoughts in this race, Chris? Chris, your thoughts in this race? How are we doing on time, guys? Sorry.
3 minutes.
Okay.
And to echo Pete's point here, 3 for 3 at Saratoga on the 2. So that's something to look for. But John Ortiz is only 12% first race back off a layoff. This horse been on since June 21st. So for me, it's the 7 and the 9. That's sort of where I'm sticking. I'm going to try and work out some level of a pick 3 here, and probably add to a few in this race with the 4 I'm using in the next, and into Sovereign 2.
So we had Jim Pilars in the chat sitting over there with Paul. He said
he's right there.
Pick 5 ending this race 7 times with I think that was with Hope Road. Yes, with Hope Road. So obviously Jim is rooting for Hope Road. We got TC Markham said Majestic Oops will get hammered by the CAWs. The 12-1 won't hold. It's holding at least enough for now. So I'm happy with the way it's holding. That's where I'm looking. Brightwork is the horse groomed by our water buddy at the 1863 Club from Matt Miller. Yes.
Yep. I'm just got to make sure I cover all my bases here with the minimums, because as Paul knows, as the contest player on the screen along with me, that's a worst nightmare when you're doing great and then you realize you have minimums you have to cover. Go ahead and bring a bunch of I'm going to get the video. I'm going to get the audio ready here. Why don't you bring a bunch of comments in the chat, Pete? Go ahead.
Mike Carmoli, if things go well for me today, I'll be looking forward to making a splash tomorrow with Visco's Saratoga Sunday best bets. Let's see how today goes, and we'll see the tip sheet for tomorrow, the power picks, which I'm sure Howard talked about on the show earlier when he was on. The Saratoga power picks are almost written. I have a few notes to add today, but we'll see what goes on there. Let's see. Chris Couples, maybe Hope Road wins here, but I don't get anything about her being close to favored, much less 7-5. And actually, you're probably right, Chris. She is starting to float up, and unsurprisingly, I guess, from what Paul was saying, the 5 is actually tied now. It looks like Hope Road is the favorite on the board, but they're both 2-1 now, Paul and Chris. That horse is taking a ton of money, so I guess that's the wise guy horse of the day is the 5 in this race.
All right, we're 0 minutes to post here. Getting ready to go. Frank's not talking. Hopefully we'll hear from him shortly.
I'll get the sound on at the appropriate. We'll go ahead and I turn the sound on so when he starts talking.
They're meandering a bit, it looks like, so it'll probably be a little while.
If it's not one of the two favorites, which for me would be, I won't say disaster, it would be pretty bad. If it's not the 5 or the 9, quick whip around. Pete, who would it be?
Oh, I have the 3. The 3 is my top choice.
Majestic Oops.
And I'm actually 5 deep.
I thought she'd take more money. I wouldn't say you should be discouraged, but I did think she'd take more money.
Well, sometimes the public is stupid. What do you want me to tell you? They can't be right all the time.
There you go. Paul, if it's not the 5 or 9, who is it?
Well, I would say the 3 if I had to pick one, but I'm a little concerned about the 8 here. The 8 is taking money right on the morning line. A really good New York bred. I won't be shocked if she wins.
Chris?
The 5. It's on that every other pattern.
If it's not the 5 or 9, Chris, who would it be?
The 7.
Okay, Scylla. If my main squeeze wins, guys, you know I've had love for that horse, and I've did right and wrong with her. It's gonna be interesting to see. Helena's 4's got to go, right, Paul? The 4. I think Brightwork's going to show speed from the rail. She has to go to some extent. Hope Road just my main squeeze will show speed. It just feels like Hope Road, if she breaks, is going to be very tough here. And Helene's 4 the 5 Claret Rail sit right behind as they're approaching the gate, guys. I got to say the other thing. I won't say I don't care about my pick 5, but it's just not going to pay, guys. I mean, this could be real low. If Bookham Dano wins, I'm not going to say I don't care about my pick 5, but at this point, personally, guys, selfishly, I'm worried about the contest at this point.
It's post time for the 47th running of the Resorts World Casino Ballerina.
This could be real low, right?
Pumping off after the race, Howard. I'm going to have to get off fairly quickly because I have to cover the Forgo, so I have to go to the paddock.
Perfect. By the way, read your articles, Paul. Great job. This is horseracing.com.
Thank you. I thought those 2 previews came out okay.
Better than okay. He's modest. Here we go, guys. Grade 1 Ballerina. Good luck to everyone.
Majestic Oops goes in. Alina's Forte.
You want to mute Paul, please, if you could? There's a lot of background noise. Thank you, Paul.
Claret Beret. Scylla for Juddmonte. My main squeeze goes in. Hope Road to the outside. Hope Road walking in. Taking her time. Right up to the gate is Hope Road.
Is there an issue with Hope Road here, guys?
Hope Road on the board right now.
Can't tell.
2-1 favorite. This is not her usual act.
I hope she goes in, Howard. How's that for you?
This is
how's that for a crappy pun?
Slightly disconcerting to me, Pete. I never like to see this personally.
No,
I don't.
That's no bueno.
We don't know what's going on though. She doesn't want to go in,
goes.
or okay, there we go. All right.
She's in.
They're in the gate. And they're off in the Resorts World Casino Ballerina, and Hope Road did bounce out very smoothly. Scylla is up close, and Scylla puts her neck in front. Claret Beret is not far behind, a half length off the top pair. And then it's Brightwork Majestic Oops is 5th. My main squeeze gets an early nudge, 6 lengths off the lead, and Helena's Forte is at the back of the field. The opening quarter mile controlled by Scylla went in 22 1/5 seconds, and so it's Scylla and Flavien Prat showing the way into the far turn. Claret Beret on the inside. Hope Road now puts her head into second and is coming after Scylla. It's another length and a half back to Majestic Oops, who is hard-ridden inside My Main Squeeze, then Brightwork and Helena's Forte, 44-2, Scylla, and Hope Road revving up on the outside. Hope Road on the outside, and Scylla turn for home together. Majestic Oops is 5 lengths back in third. They're coming to the 8th pole. Hope Road on the outside is up to take the lead.
Come on,
Scylla
Bedford.
fully extended, but
Go
back
with
to
this nine.
second as Hope Road starts to pull away, and Majestic Oops continues her rally in the middle of the racetrack.
Go on with
It's
this horse.
Hope Road and Jose Ortiz to win the Resorts World Casino Ballerina. Time a crisp 1:21.4.
Oh my.
Beware,
Oh my lordy.
I would be careful. They could take a look at this. There was
Did she cross over, Paul?
a little. I think so.
I
I'm
don't.
not sure.
Oh boy, don't do this
I
to
don't
me.
want to rain in your parade, Howard, but
was first, 7 Scylla was second, 3 Majestic Oops third.
Howard's got the 9 in contest. Big, yeah.
Hey Pete, can you in the chat? Do you think there should be an inquiry, Pete? Could you bring up chat comments when they come up, please, Pete? If people talk about, I thought she was clear, guys. I don't see anything.
Well, we need a head on, obviously.
Well, I'm biased, but the 7 never checked, Paul. I don't know, Chris. Did you see anything there in real time? I didn't.
I would highly doubt. Even if they light the lamp here, I don't think they're going to do anything. The 8 just like walked across the wire at the end. If you watch the replay.
Okay. There's no bump here. I'm watching the pan here. There's no bumping at all. Let's see. Who was that? That was Jose. I mean, I don't see anything there. I see no.
Maybe in California.
I will say the 7 did not check up, Howard.
No,
The
not at
7
all.
Willingly stuck back and then went outside.
Pete, your horse ran perfectly fine. I'll tell you what, Pete. There was a point on the middle of the turn where I thought you were very alive there with the Majestic Oops. She just wasn't good enough, man. But nice effort. She ran well. She did.
And I think she had to work too hard to get close to it, which I think sapped her late kick a little bit.
There's no inquiry. I don't see anything at all. Boy,
no, that's not coming down.
Clarette Beret was awful. I apologize to people on the Power Pick tip sheet. That was my play of the day, guys. She was bet like she was live and was just absolutely awful. I she didn't run, but I don't understand why she was rushing up there at the beginning of the race. I thought she could have sat and sort of finished, but she was awful. There's no excuse at all. This is a big effort by Hope Road, guys. I don't see anything. 121-4, 2-1. Feels like a gift now, but certainly I wouldn't have said that before. No, Paul, I think this is a serious Breeders' Cup filly and mare sprint threat, especially in California, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I like this horse. We all like this horse a lot. She ran really well. And Majestic Oops Speed ran well.
She just might not be grade 1 material. She's
did a little
just a notch below.
I did a hybrid of the reverse tri-key, Howard. I played her second in exactas and third in tries.
Oh, nice.
I'm sorry, was that Majestic Oops you played third in tries?
Yeah,
that's great. That's exactly. If I was playing outside of the contest, I probably would have done something similar to you. This try should be okay. You've got the 5 is out of the money. I think you're going to be okay there. I'd say I'm going to take a guess.
I have it more than once.
I'll say 100 for $1.
That would be great.
No, you think
that seems high to me.
That seems
high. Yeah.
Okay.
But I hope for your sake, it's 1,000 for $1. But I don't think you're getting it.
How many times, Paul? Do you have it? If you
I got it for $3.
Oh, 6 times. Okay.
That's beautiful.
So even 50. I think it'd be closer to 50, Pete. Don't you?
Yeah, that's what I think, probably.
Pete, I was shaking my head because I think the surprise of this race was still on top early.
Yeah,
Where did that come from?
Well, she's a weird horse, right? She sort of does a little bit of different stuff. Actually, it's funny because Paul was talking about My Main Squeeze. I was watching her because she was the only horse out of the top 4 at one point that I didn't have. And she made a move, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. But she flattened out, luckily. So
All right, man. Some of us have to go to work today.
All right,
Okay.
Paul, you will try to be in the paddock for which race, just so I don't bother you or
I'm gonna
expect
try
anything.
to. I'm gonna try to hop on before the Travers if I can find a quiet
Awesome.
corner.
Paul, we appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
See ya.
good luck, Paul.
Chris and Pete, thanks, Paul. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you guys have full control, obviously, until you can control I'm actually gonna go off screen. I need to talk to my good buddies Patrick Kunzel and Ryan Mistretta because they are part of my entries here, and things are getting very, very interesting for me. And Chris, if you want to, at some point, if you want to show the Twin Spires contest, you'll see why. Not up yet. I'm gonna take myself off screen. I'm gonna make a phone call and be off for a few minutes, guys. And again, Pete, as many comments in the chat you'd like to bring on, that'd be awesome. Our fans are fantastic. Congratulations to Jose Ortiz and Hope and Hope Road. I'm gonna go ahead and take myself off screen here, guys. Actually, if I remove, I'll take myself off screen. I'll be back in a few. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Howard. Howard, before you go, if you can still hear me.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Put that Woodbine race up.
Yep.
That's coming up next. That'll give us something to talk about for 5 minutes, the video. And
you want me to put the video up?
Yeah, bring the video up.
Okay, hold on just 1 second. I will do that. By the way, viewership, great. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you're enjoying our coverage here on Travers Day as I'm getting up the video right now. Do you want the sound also, Chris?
I'm going to put the sound off right now, and Pete and I can talk about it. I've got control. I can bring it up.
I actually got the sound off. I got the sound off.
Yeah.
And I'll do that. And all right, I'll be back, guys.
Okay. So Howard was talking about the Twin Spires contest. He did move up 10 spots there.
Nice.
He's now in 5th.
Beautiful.
$2,070. To get in the top 3, just to give some context, the 3rd place is $2,079. So yes, he is working himself to get a BCBC seat up here.
That's awesome. By the way, that try did pay. Look at that. That try paid $113 for $1. So that was nice for Paul. That paid more than, I think Howard was closer to right on that than we thought.
All right, Pete, quickly we'll do some speed handicapping here. We got 4 minutes to Woodbine. They're out on the track here. They're on the inner turf, 8.5 furlongs, 1 turn. This is an allowance optional claimer for $50K. Non-winners are 2 lifetime, 3 years and up. Purse is $120K. Probably a lot of ways here to go. The favorite at 5-2 tells you that this race is probably wide open.
Yeah, I didn't even have the PPs up, so I can. But I do love a good speed handicap. That's my favorite thing to do at the track is sort of speed cap. What race are we on? Race 8.
Race number 8 here. Hunt Master, currently the favorite at 5-2 here. Could be the lone speed here in Pop. I have this one with a pretty good speed advantage. So, if that's the case, then you got to look at who can run this horse down, right?
Yeah.
And how does that kind of work out? But I do kind of see a lot of horses here at the wire, including the 4 El Kabong. Everybody loves a good bong back in the day in college. So currently at 5-1, the 2 at 4-1, Harlan Estate could be there as well. The 5.
The 8 comes from the back.
Yeah, the 5, another one that hasn't won for a while, but is probably needs to sit close. But, you kind of you can't bet everything here. You got to try and figure out where you're going to nail down to. Cool Kiss is another one, 3 for 21, hasn't won in a full moon. So last win in 23. So, 24, actually on my birthday. 10/31/24 is a Stone Cold closer ran by them all.
Actually, the 10 is the one taking money. Was 10-1 morning line.
Yep.
Now down to 9-2. Looks like an off the pace horse. I guess the issue is, right, and you sort of said it, is the one actually a value play just with such a pace advantage and from the rail where if that horse breaks and goes, especially because they're starting right on the turn there, if that horse breaks and goes, some of the outside horses might get hung a little bit. And if that horse can just clear and be comfortable, that might actually not be even the worst play at 5-2 at this point.
Yeah, now down to 2-1
Is it
from what
2
I'm
now?
seeing.
Okay.
But, broke 8th last time, broke 5th as a winner, and still was able to get to the lead here. Clearly, I think this horse wants the 8.5 as I go and look at some quick breeding metrics here.
And actually, it's funny. This horse breaks better. It looks like just scanning it has been breaking better when on the turf than the few synth races actually broke worse for whatever reason and was a little behind. And maybe because those were a little bit shorter. Now we're going the mile and a 16th. Maybe we'll break better. I mean, if this horse can even get the trip from 2 back, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be tough. I mean, I don't. Yeah.
It's also the only horse that's won at the distance. So
Yeah.
I would stick with the 1. We'll see what the computers do here. We'll get the audio up here in a minute, but the 1 breaks well, can obviously go gate to wire.
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to look quickly.
See Howard in the background. He's on the phone. He's talking.
Yeah, talking strategy.
Down to 2-1.
It's funny, the 2 who is sitting at 4, second off a long layoff and actually has some pretty solid back class. Now probably will be coming from off it a bit, so it might be tough, but has a win back in, where is that win at Woodbine? Has a win at least over Woodbine with a 94 buyer. The last 2, or the last one wasn't terrible coming back. 2 back was going 1.25 miles. Maybe that was just too much and then was off for a while. So maybe just wasn't. And then now low percentage trainer, but I think at least the back class on that 2 could make that one dangerous as well.
Not getting audio.
Oh, you can't get the sound up?
It's on. Sounds on.
Well, there's the one, like we said, there's the 1 Huntmaster who's got a pretty clean lead. So that's not going to be easy. And sitting right, you always laugh too when you get a couple longer price shots behind because you figure maybe they wouldn't be able to pass as easily and the 1 could just take them around.
That's what they're doing. I did do something with the 8 in second with the 1 for Marty Drexler.
Where's the 8? Oh, second to last. That's the only problem. That's going to be tough to close if they slow this down a bit.
Well, it's all on the 1.
Yeah, the 1 is really comfortable right now.
Yeah.
Who's the 6? Oh, who's that moving? Oh, the 2, a little stuck on the rail there, but that was the other horse. Actually, that 2 took some late money down to 5-2, Harlan Estate. Actually, he's going backwards, so we could probably forget about the 2. Your 8 looks to be struggling. They're working way too hard on the 8 to get that one going.
Yeah, the main win bet was on the 1 here.
Are they running this? They're not going to run this horse down right now. Oh no, that's 7. Oh, they got some horse. No, I don't know. This 6 is. Yep. Let's see.
6.
Yep, he's got him. Nope. Oh shoot.
No, he doesn't.
Tight, man. Malibu Mambo.
Looked like to me the.
It looked pretty tight, didn't it? It looked tight, but.
I'm trying to look at the replay here.
TC Markham. I never play Woodbine. If one of my Equibase virtual stable horses starts racing at Woodbine, I drop them out of my stable.
Woodbine's not bad. I like Woodbine really more on the turf than the synthetic. They have not posted the winner yet, but
honestly, what I like about it is I like closers a little more than I should, and I like that at least Woodbine tends to play a little fair sometimes, at least on the big. I mean, I only play it on the big days, and it seems to play relatively fair.
Ooh, that got close.
Was it close, right?
It might have been the 6, as I see the close-up. Yeah, Marco, we've blown the horn a couple times. I'm looking at this off screen here.
I don't have it up.
1, 6, 1. The
It
6
is the
got it.
6, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Nailed him.
Nice run there. I mean, there's no excuse for the 1, right? I mean, the 1 had everything that you would want at that point. Got the perfect trip, comfortable. Never really had any pressure at all. You get the 6 with Michael Doyle, was a cool 2 for 43 at the meet so far and on the year, and a jockey who's 6%. So it's always funny when that happens. But
Howard is back. Let me unmute him. There you go, Howard.
Hey guys. So the last thing I want to do is obviously make this show about me, because who the hell cares? But you know, when we do want to celebrate when good things happen to our family here, and whoops, I just froze up. Oh boy, froze up. Just as I was saying. I'm good now, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in 2 contests again, Twin Spires and the Express Bet contest. Oh boy. Sorry guys. Here we go. We ready?
there you
I'm
go.
in 5th right now, gentlemen. And
Nice work.
there's 3 BC seats, Pete, and 6 of the seats for the Mint Millions, the Kentucky Downs contest, which frankly I don't have a desire to be in. So I need to be in the top 3. Look how close it is, guys, right now with 3 races left. There's a tie, which is insane. But there's a tie for 3rd. I'm $9.
That's unbelievable.
I'm $9 right now, guys, behind. There are plenty of other people behind. They're going to be firing, including this Matt Miller guy who's in 9th, and people are going to be firing. So don't get too excited for me. But I've been a little bit off in some contests over the last 6 months. So far, this is good. And I'm alive in the other contest, guys. Let's just say if a certain horse wins, which I'd rather not say. If a certain horse wins the Forgo, I will be in the top 5 of that contest.
Beautiful.
So things are going well for me, but you know, we'll see what happens. I had a massive double with Hope Road and Claret Beret, and I just played a massive double Claret Beret Hope Road into something in the next race, which I will respectfully not comment on right now. So thanks for patience, guys. Where do you want to go, Chris?
Well, we don't really have too many choices, Howard. We're either going to go to Delmar, who are going off in 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then Saratoga is going off in 14 minutes. So pick your poison.
Well, I think, you know, we have time for, did you talk about Delmar's first race at all, or we couldn't, right?
No, we didn't talk about Delmar's first race.
With all respect to our West Coast friends, let's focus on Saratoga here, Pete and Chris. This is the Forgo Grade 1, and there's 14 minutes to post. I'm going to let Chris talk a little bit here, Pete, because we talked quite a bit on Thursday. Book him down, Chris. 4 to 5, very, very likable. But you know what? This is a big field of some interesting horses. Thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate that. And Pete, feel free to bring in more comments as we're talking. You're doing an awesome job with that, Pete. Thank you. Chris, this is an interesting field here. The 2 Cox horses on the inside are 2 additions that we haven't seen in these kind of elongated sprint races. What say you about the Forgo?
I'm 1, 2, 4, 7 here. So, you know, I'm using Book'em and I've got 3 other horses. 2 of them are kind of prices, 8 to 1 and 10 to 1 on the 1 and the 2. I like the 1 last out, the Cox horse, Florent riding and whatnot. But, you know, I think if he can, you know, it's one that can kind of steal it if nobody goes. Bishop's Bay was the other one that I used, the other Cox horse with Irad up that should sit right off the pace, that could do that same move that we've seen over and over. I won't talk about too much on Book'em because we all know what his riding style is and what he's done. And then the other one was the 7 with Pratt and Brissett. Again, one that I expect will be close up on the pace. I kind of see this as a bunch of horses going, and the one that makes a move wins. You just don't see, from my perspective at Saratoga, a lot of deep closers here. You could get a horse that's 3 or 4 lengths off to do it, but if you get those 4 horses up, 3 of the 4 horses up front, then you're all going to be looking to get run down by Bookham Dano, because he's the one that's going to sit there, kind of that pocket trip like you see in harness racing.
Well, Pete, here's the interesting thing about Bookham Dano and this race. Clearly the horse to beat, probably the best sprinter in the country, right? I would say right now.
I think so.
Connections and Paco have said he wants to be outside. It's not that he can't come inside, but he's better closing from the outside. The speed is on the outside, which leads me to believe, Pete, that Lopez will send him out there, but then I think he might take back and come around. I don't think he wants to use a lot where he's got horses like pressing down on him from the outside. I think he'd be better off if the horse is clear. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a little bit further back in this race than normal. I'm not saying he's going to be a dead closer. I personally would like to see him 4 or 5 off, let the speed go, and then come around to the outside. How do you envision this race unfolding? Unless you think one of the Cox horses on the inside is a dead send, and it could be, and one of them you actually like, the number 2.
Yeah, I agree with you on Bookham Dano. I think that's the move. Let them go sit like whatever, 4th, 5th, somewhere around there, and then just sweep. Don't fool around with them. Get them out. We always say this with closers. Get them out.
Don't do this in the stretch 3 times.
Get him a clear lane. Stop. Don't try and weave. Let's get this horse a clear lane. Yeah, actually, it's funny. When Chris was talking through, I have one pick 5 ending in the Travers where I think I have the 2-4 who I liked. I like Bishop's Bay on the show. And then I have my other one ending in the last race that I have 1-2-4. So I have the 2 Cox horses and Bookham Dano that I'm looking at. So ideally, I'll take Bishop's Bay here because I have him on both tickets. But I think Bishop's Bay is tactical. He's not one who I expect to necessarily be on the lead, but he's one on the lead. The problem is it's not like he's going to just get to the lead and nobody else is coming. There's enough speed in here where there's going to be speed. And I think Most Wanted also is pretty tactical and is going to have to break from the rail because I don't think he wants horses bearing down and getting in front of him. He's going to at least want to be pretty close to the pace. Paul's guy Giroux having to make that decision isn't. I know that's not Paul's favorite when Florent is making that decision. So we'll see.
I hear you. I'm just double. Oh, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
That goes for me too. I'm with Paul on that. I don't have a lot of trust in Fleur, and you can add Ricciardi to that list as well.
I know Scotland seems to be a popular horse that I've listened to. I know some of the guys from the HHH world. I think Jackson Muniz likes Scotland, if I remember correctly, and I
like him a little bit too.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm looking at the doubles guys going into the Travers. I had a weird feeling and attitude would be like a little bit close to Sovereignty. I'm not saying they'd be the same, but right now the Bookham Dano double into magnitude is 7 times bigger than Sovereignty. So if you think, just to do some quick math here, let's say Sovereignty is 2-5, which is 0.4. In theory, that would put magnitude at 2.8-1, guys. Again, 0.4 times 7. Does that seem logical to you, Pete? That about 2-5, 5-2, 3-1-ish. That seems about right to me, I guess.
It seems logical that that's the way it would be bet, I think, because everyone knows Sovereignty. All the money knows Sovereignty. Not all the money knows magnitude. So I figure in any sort of horizontal play, Sovereignty, a lot of times people know not to play both chalks, both favorites, and you're going to lean Sovereignty. So I'm assuming in like the pick 5, there's a ton of singles to Sovereignty. Same in the pick 4s. A lot of people are playing the double, obviously, into him. So that doesn't surprise me, really. I mean, I like it as someone who has magnitude in the pick 5. So I would love to see magnitude in. I think that would at least boost, even though he's only might be 5-2, I think it'll boost some of the horizontal payouts a little more than maybe you would expect from a 5-2 shot.
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see what happens. As I'm just placing a bet on the side that obviously I'm not going to say what I'm doing here, but
Bookham Dano. What do you think, Howard? At Bookham Dano at 4-5 right now. I mean that's in this field with a big field like this, an off the pace horse. That's a little low, even though he's by far the best horse in the race. That's low, man.
It feels low to me. I think it should be more like 7-5 if
Yeah.
I nitpick. What do you think, Chris?
What about Crazy Mason, the 6th horse, Manny Franco?
You love this horse, man. You got a thing for this horse. Didn't you like him last time? I think too.
No, I'm not sure because it ran at Del Mar and we're back here at Saratoga. But did win 3 in a row, closing way off the pace here at Aqueduct. But could they go too fast? And could this horse pass them all? I mean, 13-1.
He's working great too. He's working well, I should say. I had him right below the sort of he was in my second wave. I had 2 horses as sort of A's and I had 3 B's, and he was one of my B's, Chris. So I'm sort of with you. He just sometimes leaves himself a lot to do, and you figure Bookham Dano will probably get the jump on him, no? And maybe Bookham Dano can outkick him if he gets the jump. So I think that's maybe the only concern. But on the board, I'm going to try at 13. That'd be nice.
I think he could maybe hit the board here and fill out a try. I mean, 5 3/4 lengths back in the Bing Crosby Grade 1. True North at Saratoga in the slop. You could probably draw a line through that one. He's won most of his races on a good dry turf, good dry dirt track. Does have a win, broke its maiden at Saratoga, so you've got that. But working at Belmont, right? Like hasn't been over the track yet.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it's a bad play at all underneath for sure, especially if you can somehow get. I mean, if you like Bookham Dano, or I don't know if you like Bookham Dano on at least on top or to hit the board for sure. If you can get, say, Mulligan out and you can get Crazy Mason with somebody else who's a price, I think that can make the try pay really nicely.
Guys, I know I respect some people who think that Extra Neho maybe can't win, but I sort of like this horse underneath, guys. He's run some big races. He's tactical. He's working fantastically. Asterson is very capable, obviously. I don't think this horse should be 23-1. I mean, I think it should be more like 15. I think he's an overlay here to me.
I think so. Hey, Chris, real quick. Chris Couples played an Action Daily Double, Crazy Mason into Sovereignty, so he's with you. I'm like that horse. How I've always been a sucker for Extra Neho because he was one of my like early Derby horses. When they basically hadn't run yet, or maybe ran one race, and he was great on debut. He just never really hit that peak. He sort of never got to that point again, but he's gotten pretty good. And it's hard though. Can he win the race? Maybe not, but I mean, I think for sure it can hit the board, right? I mean, everybody in here's got a little bit of a question, I think, except for obviously not Bookham Dano, and everybody else. You could probably put some. You could probably knock a little bit of something off every horse. So I think this one at 23 can hit it.
I think so. So I'm just making one more side bet here that I need to do. Okay, I think we're good as I bring myself back on screen. How are we doing on time here, guys? We got 3 minutes.
We got 3 minutes, Howard. But
okay,
you had mentioned something action bet, and this was something that Brad Anderson turned me on to back in the day when he would make these action bets. And I'm an older dude like you guys, and I remember those ads in Parade magazine on Sunday, and this was always the thing that I would see in those. And there it is, Chuck Norris with the action genes. There's your action bet. So when I hear action bet, that's kind of what I think.
I'm not sure what that says about you, Chris. Yeah, I don't know what that says about you, but I appreciate the thought there for sure.
It just says I'm old.
Yeah. I think on this podcast that comes with the territory, unfortunately for all of us.
Yeah.
I'm going to mess around on the side with Scotland here as I'm just making some bets again. I'm giving up on my pick 5. I mean, I'm alive, but who cares? It's not paying anything at this point. It's not going to pay anything. So the pick 5 to me, unfortunately, is more like a whatevs to me. What kind of bet would you guys make here vertically? Go ahead and talk for a minute, and then we'll bring up the race.
Well, Howard, I can make a hat, I can make a brooch, I can make a pterodactyl off of this. There's my airplane reference. When you tee me up, what can you make? I'm always going to do that for you. But I would put the 6 in the mix here in the try. You probably slot that in third. You can maybe slot it in second and get really lucky, but I think that's one that could spice it up. And I think, Pete, you and I just kind of talked about that.
Yeah, no, I that sounds right to me. I don't know. I guess the question would be, do you play, if you like Bookham Dano a lot and you just think that he's going to win, do you just put Bookham Dano on top and then try and toss, say, Mulligan and try and catch like Crazy Mason, Extra Anejo, maybe Most Wanted, Bishop's Bay, and go that way and try and, or Scotland as well at 14, and some combination of those horses with Bookham Dano, and maybe if you want to throw a couple on the top line and put Bookham Dano in second. I mean, I don't imagine Bookham Dano's running out, right? I mean, he's kind of, I can't imagine that unless just something goes really, really wrong. But
yeah.
I guess the question would be, do you just bang sort of a straight try and go Bookham Dano with maybe like a couple horses, Crazy Mason, Bishop's Bay in second, same thing in third, and just try and bang it sort of cold that way if you can?
Yeah, I did just as an action bet. I'm not going to put the graphic up, but 4 with 5-6, with 5-6, right?
4, 5, 6. Oh, Extra Anejo's the 5. Yeah.
Because that's something that you could.
I mean, in that case, you're hoping the speed just goes nuts, right? You're hoping all the speed just goes crazy, and those 3 come off the pace, which I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility here, right? I think that's.
Howard, you want to get the okay? You got the audio going. They're getting ready.
Oh, they're going in.
I've got it on. This has been one hell of a day, guys. Of course, the biggest race coming up, it'll be the last race we're going to be covering, of course, is the Travers. We will go to Delmar, obviously, after this race, guys, is Monmouth and Woodbine. Is Woodbine still running? I think they are, probably, right?
They are, yeah.
We'll go to Woodbine, or we'll go to Delmar and Woodbine next here, as they are. Paco's doing his like circles that he likes to do with Bookham Dano. They're showing it on screen, guys. He's just literally doing a circle in front of the gate, as he always does. This is a big race for yours truly, man. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If this race works out for me, I have a great shot to at least going to the BCBC with one $10,000 entry, a shot, not guarantee, and or a shot to go to the NHC, guys, in Vegas. So this is a big race for me. Again, I can't say what I'm doing, but this is not the end all be all, because I'll tell you what, it's going to be hard to make money in the Travers, though, isn't it? I mean, right?
Yeah, well, unless you, I mean, I wonder though, we can't see it yet. I wonder if you like magnitude and what the magnitude over sovereignty is paying. What do you think that would pay?
The exacta?
Yeah, if you went that way, just pulled
5 to 1.
That's what I mean. That's not terrible.
Maybe that might be too much. Well, I mean, if Magnitude's paying 2.5, no, the exacta can't be twice that. 4 to 1.
4 to 1. I mean, that's not the worst. Yeah.
Nope.
Because you got to figure, though, nobody's going to really make money on it unless they had a nice double into, say, magnitude. Nobody's going to make like groundbreaking money theoretically. Right. So if you can just hit something and not lose going into it. So it ends. Does the contest end in the Travers, or is the 14th included?
One more time, please.
Does the contest end in the Travers, or does it go to the 14th?
No, in fact, it's so funny that you said that, Pete, because I was just checking right now on that. I know in the Twin Spires contest, it goes all the way through the entire card, and I'm 99% positive it does the same with Express Bet, because they've ended in the Travers before, but because it's a 5-horse field, Brian Skirka with Monmouth and Express Bet did not want to end the contest of this magnitude, no pun intended, with a 5-horse field. So I'm pretty sure the last race is part of the contest. I'm double checking that as we speak, though, right now.
Good. If
There's
you want, I'll give you the winner in the chat, and we don't have to tell anybody. And you can win the contest on the 14th. If
Winner
you'd
of the
like.
last race?
Yeah, because I have a pick 5 going into that one, so I handicapped the last one a bit. And it's a little bit. It's not a price, but it's not. it's good enough to where if you hit it, you could probably make a nice move.
Okay.
That's
There's a horse I like in that race also, but it's not an easy one. Main 50 New York bred.
No, I mean, yeah, that is not.
Yeah.
We're not talking about consistent quality horses in that one.
No. I'm 99% positive it goes through the last race, and we got an email on it. I'm trying to find it, but I'm
Scotland is sweaty from Katie there.
I saw that. So Torpedo Anna didn't seem to matter. We're going into the gate.
Good luck to everyone.
Jeffrey Wilson's praying. Good ride from Flo.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think we have the audio there. I think we have the audio.
Yeah, we didn't have the audio in the last race either. I don't know what the problem is there.
Dano goes in.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
My fault. My fault. All right, guys. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
We're all counting on you.
Extra Anejo. Here's the stretch running Crazy Mason, who graduated right here in dramatic fashion at Saratoga. Doc Sullivan to the outside. They're in the gate. And they're off in the Forgo. And it
Howard video.
And over and Ollie has some early interest too. And Hold My Bourbon on the outside. So those three line up right out of the gate. Most Wanted comes away in fourth. Bishop's Bay is fifth. Bookham Dano in and among horses in sixth, but only 3 lengths off the lead. Another 2 back to Doc Sullivan. Extra Anejo is next, racing 4 lengths in front of Scotland. And Crazy Mason is at the back of the field. It's Most Wanted, who clicked off the quarter in 22 and 3. Pressed by Hold My Bourbon. Bishop's Bay in third. Bookham Dano inching up in between horses. He's asked to do so. And Mulligan is just outside of him as they head to the 3/8 marker. Then comes Doc Sullivan. And Doc Sullivan is now 6 lengths off the new leader, Hold My Bourbon, who went the half in 44 and 4. Hold My Bourbon, short lead. Here's Mulligan on the outside, putting in his bid. Bookham Dano trying to split rivals as Most Wanted has come to take the lead. Bishop's Bay running a big race along the inside. Crazy Mason on the outside, and Scotland is starting to motor home too. They're in the final furlong. Bookham Dano takes the lead. Scotland's coming with every stride. Bookham Dano, Scotland. Bookham Dano. What a summer. The Grade 3 True North. The Grade 2 Alfred Reed Vanderbilt. And the Grade 1 Forgo for the pride of New Jersey. Bookham Dano.
Wow, and Scotland ran a huge race. Chris, you're 6, I think, got third. It comes 4, 8, 6 in the Forgo for yours truly. That is amazing for me. I wasn't sure, Pete, about the ride and
number 4, Bookham Dano was first.
And the trip.
8, Scotland second. 6, Crazy Mason finished third.
He was in between horses, Pete. It looked a little bit uncomfortable, frankly. I'm happy that there wasn't a monster coming from behind, because to be very honest, I'm not sure that he wouldn't have been run down like in a Breeders' Cup race. Scotland runs huge, 122 and 2. What can you say about Bookham Dano, guys? What a horse. Wow. Pete, you're muted, I think, my friend.
He didn't get it the way you would think he would want it exactly, and he still was able to kick away. Because at first it didn't look like he was kicking away either, so it looked like whoever was closing was going to have a shot. I thought Bishop Bay was going to squeak through a bit, but he flattened, unfortunately.
So Howard, what did you do there?
I like the move there, Pete. In fact, for a second, I thought your 2 had a chance there. They just didn't go on with it. I didn't find too many excuses. We'll have to watch the replay again.
No. There's none.
Based on the shape of the race, Chris.
Jeff Wilson, who was rooting for Flo.
Hey, let's hear Maggie, guys. Hold on, with Paco.
Much pedigree, and he just delivers every time. This is what a true racehorse is.
Yeah, for sure. Any horse sometimes he running like that. Like breathing the horse, and sometimes he show up and see like very good horse, and he love to run that horse. And they let Ryan see give it time. He know the horse very well, and he running where has to not to run. They let Ryan see them very good for the horse.
Amazing. Such a cool dude. Congrats here, Paco.
Thank you very much, Lam.
Acacia, I can only imagine what the
Breeders' Cup Sprint favorite right now, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine so,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know what, guys? I'm usually against doing this, and I don't know this horse, obviously, like the connections. I actually wouldn't mind him resting to the Breeders' Cup. That seemed like a very taxing race to me. We'll see. But would you be surprised if he rests up now for the Breeders' Cup Sprint, guys? Would that surprise you at all if he doesn't run again until then?
I want him to run again because then I can bet against him.
By the way, I've got a $2 try. I mean, it's 4 to 5 on top, but it is 11 and 16 underneath.
Well, we talked about we called that exactly.
Pay,
basically,
Pete? What did
you were right? It paid 56 for 50 cents, so it paid about one. So he got a nice payout there.
Well, he got like three. He got $3.30 or something.
Yeah, because it paid 113.
What's this one going to be? What do you guys think? Big favorite on top, but you got 11 and 16 underneath. What do you think?
I think this is going to pay nice, right? I mean,
I think it's more than 100 for $1. No.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, easy.
Well, it is 4 to 5 on top, though.
Those are my numbers. 486.
So, guys, I'm going to say what I had. I had a large double of Hope Road into Bookham Dano, and both my entries are now over $2,000 in both contests. So I was alive to only Bookham Dano.
Do you know? What's it paying?
The double that just cashed?
Yeah.
It paid like $8.40.
Would it pay $8.40?
No, $8.40 for $1, Pete.
For $1, yeah.
Insane. Well, that's really damn good. I think
that's fantastic.
What do you think?
Two favorite. Yeah.
I also have doubles going forward, guys. Again, I don't want to say what, but I do have doubles going forward with Bookham Dano in one of my contests. Again, I'm not suggesting the whole world's watching our show, but I had a lot on the line here. So that was very, very big for me. And you know what's funny, guys? I've been so busy with the contest and the show. I haven't really been playing anything on the side that much, but I did play Scotland underneath, so I'm happy about that.
Great call.
I don't know
by
where
Jackson
you go next with him. He might be better at a mile, Pete. I wonder if they're going to try to stretch him out, maybe to a mile. I don't know.
Who are you talking about?
Scotland. Scotland ran well.
Well, he won 2 back going a mile, and he's won going. He won the Curlin going a mile and an eighth. So he can. I don't think he can win the Breeders' Cup. He doesn't seem like the winner of the Breeders' Cup sprint.
Maybe dirt mile, maybe.
Dirt mile to me seems like.
Is he not that good?
Howard almost 200 on the trifecta.
Pete, 194 for $1.
For $1. Wow. Yeah, I thought so.
Wow.
Yeah, Chris,
you were right,
we basically were talking about, we had the idea as long as you had the right two, and we mentioned Scotland and Crazy Mason. Because I was saying, if you like Bookham Dano, you put maybe 4 horses in the second spot into the third.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you toss Mulligan. The key was getting Mulligan out of there. And I think doing that helped.
We got it. Let me go. Worldly Destination. $10 exacta 4.8. Woo. What was the exacta there? What was the exacta, guys? Nice job, Worldly. What was the exacta, gentlemen? You know?
I'm trying to. 21 for $1.
For $1?
Yeah.
Hello, Worldly. There you go. A little steak dinner
Worldly.
for you and the Mrs. or the Mister or the however you roll. Let's see. Mike T said, well, it was better. It was 197 there, Mike T. There you go. Again, I greatly apologize to everyone for not bringing up comments. I'm very busy today. That's why I've got great people like Chris and Pete to help me out. A lot of people here. Let's see. Howard, the chat's getting jealous. Sharing is caring. I'll tell you what, Philippe, I consider myself a decent contest player. I have not had a good run with contests other than Naira. I've had some nice Naira caches, but those are smaller contests, guys. These bigger ones like today where there's big seats on the line, the one thing about contest beating, Chris, is you only have to be right like once or twice, but you got to find the right spots. That's the thing. And it's not that easy to find the right spots, which just shows you how good a player Matt Miller is and others there.
Howard, did you have anything ending in the Twin Spires contest here?
In the Twin Spires contest. Ending? No.
Okay.
Starting, yes.
Okay.
Ending,
why
no.
I just refreshed it. I didn't see you move up there.
Yeah, and I'm sure I got past a little bit because I didn't. I'm assuming that's very good for a lot of people. I would think. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Oh
Did you
boy.
put this up, Howard?
Matt Majunkin just completely unloaded. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you put this one
Okay.
up? Peter had
Bring
the
it.
try for $4 and the super for $2.
Nice.
That's fantastic. Nice work,
Wow,
Peter.
people really fired there. I sort of underestimated some things. Matt Miller's up to 4th. Wow. Frank Musari's 2nd. I got to get to 27. I did start with something, guys. I will leave it at that.
And Matt is also in the lead with a $250 Travers Challenge, and he's also in the lead at the Ellis Park feeder to the Saratoga Kentucky Downs Mid-Millions BC qualifier as well. Just taking a look at, I don't know if this is actually the guy on the set, but Greg Wolf was in 2nd in the NYRA contest. I don't know if that Greg Wolf can participate because he is part of NYRA. Maybe it's a different Greg Wolf. Nick Tabarero.
It's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. Good point. I'm down to 11th, but like I said, you can actually see what people did, which is cool. Matt, let's see. Matt had $1,000 to win on Bookham Dano. Wow, good for Matt. Let's see what else.
Ryan,
I'm opting up to fire here. Matt Majunkin had a $600 double 9-4. So he went almost not all in, but he had a massive double there 9-4. So yeah, I've got some work to do, guys, in the Twin Spires contest. The Express Bet, I'll have to look where I just cashed there. Express Bet, I'm up to 2281. I'm gonna check the leaderboard there. Express Bet, they haven't updated yet. Let's see, after race 11. That was race 12, right?
No surprise there. They have not updated.
They have not updated. They always take a little longer there. I'm at 22.
Ryan Petruliak, Matt Miller's nemesis in the Twin Spires contest, is currently leading by a almost $4,000 mark over Clay Sanders.
Wow. Yeah, people are definitely fine. I mean, when favorites win, guys, a lot of people, I didn't go short on anything. But I'm just looking. Yeah, they haven't updated yet. All right, do you want to go? I'm going to have to talk to my colleagues at some point here, Chris. What do we got? What's the plan? We have 22 minutes to the Travers. What do we got to Del Mar?
Yeah, we got a grade 3 happening at Woodbine if we want to throw that on.
Okay.
It's at 0 minutes to post. So we could throw that one up.
Woodbine, they're going in the gate.
Yeah, grade 3.
I can bring it up, guys. Oh boy, what's going on here? Hold on. I should be able to get to it.
Number 1, Stormcast is the favorite.
Going in.
Here we go, guys. Good job, Pete.
Yeah.
Olivia Rose. And the last along is Elysian Field. Outside gate.
There's another one, Chris, where the 1 horse is the favorite and looks to be the speed, most likely. Well, actually, no, the 7 technically is a little faster, but the 1 could gun from there. We'll see.
And as they break, fortunately out the line spot is back and forth at the break and is a long last. Best away, Olivia Rose coming through a Stormcast right up on the inside.
Yeah.
A little frisky. Metaphysical. Elysian Field, the outside. Second last talk later. Away blind spot has caught the pack. Olivia Rose shows the way. Battle length to Stormcast. is right behind. They're 4 in front. Ticket Tape Home almost 5 away. A length and a half to Metaphysical making nice ground. Then a little Frisky. Up the inside coming through is Talk to You Later behind Elysian Field. And last of all is Blind Spot. Olivia Rose shows the way and is the leader by a couple of lengths into the turn from Stormcast away from the inside. Galloping forward about 3.5 to Ticket Tape Home has been running well in third. The top trio, the Marcassi trio. And then a Metaphysical pass by Elysian Field. So Marcassi Quartet, the top 4. And as they turn for home, Stormcast coming. Olivia Rose joined by Stormcast, only 2 to Ticket Tape Home, and Elysian Field. A little Frisky gets the inside running, and then Metaphysical, Elysian Field after Stormcast, a little Frisky the inside, Elysian Field, and Ticket Tape Home raced to Stormcast, Elysian Field in front, battling away Stormcast and Ticket Tape Home, Elysian Field coming away to win the Seaway Stakes, 3/4 Ticket Tape Home, 3/4 Stormcast, and neck a little Frisky, 3.5 Metaphysical, and then came Talk to You Later, and back second last.
We always talk about that one, Chris, where you get the horse. This horse's last couple races were at 1 1/8 and 1 1/4, and it closed, and now cutting all the way back to 7 with speed to run down. And this horse is closed going longer, so we sometimes like when you get that cutback like that, because you know they're going to be running late when the other ones are backing up a little bit.
Elysian Field, is that a Dodgers baseball reference?
It is.
Feels like it.
Concept in Greek mythology. It's also the name of a location in Hoboken that hosted the first organized baseball game. The location of Seattle's first brewery and a district in New Orleans. It looks like it's a little bit of everything, actually.
I think it could be wherever you want it to be, Pete. It sounds like
that looks like it's a little bit of everything. But yeah, that's the kind of horse you like to dig up. 7 for 7 in the top 2 at Woodbine. You knew would be coming late, and you get the speed that hooked up on the front end, and you get a horse that just runs by. That's got. I mean, this horse ran second in the King's Plate back in 23. Yeah, that's probably why we know. I mean, this horse has been in a bunch of graded stakes races, so. Yeah, it was a nice race there. And I think that was a hittable horse for sure.
For sure. I'm going to have to, you guys need, what's Delmar's situation?
It's a crap race, Howard. It's one of those ones for Northern Cal horses.
Why don't we
got 18 minutes to Saratoga. Why don't we take 3 minutes and come back?
Okay, we can do that. I'm going to need some more time though, actually.
Well, Pete and I'd come back, talk about it, and
that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll put, okay, we'll take a 2 minute, let me put the banners up. We'll take a quick break. I will come back on screen and then quickly go back off screen, guys, for a little bit because things are getting very intense with the contest. So we will be back very shortly, guys, and ladies and gentlemen, in about 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. HHH Racing Podcast, Travers, coming up next. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Visco, Chris Walsh will be back in just a minute. Oh, we got a visitor.
And we got Guppy in the background
What's up,
here,
Guppy?
hanging out. Yeah.
This is the big one. Pete. We're gonna bring on Chris here. Hopefully, he'll be on in a second. I'll go ahead and do this, and then when Chris comes on, I'm gonna have you guys talk for quite a bit, as we've got 13 minutes. I'm gonna have to talk to Pat and Ryan when Chris comes on. We talked about this. There's the odds. 1 to 4. Odds you don't see too often.
You don't see that, yeah.
How about 9 to 2? Wow. On Magnitude, Bracket Buster 12 to 1. Here we go again, Pete. With the
What'd you say? Because what did you say on the show? Bracket Buster should
250.
be right about 250. Yeah.
Bracket Buster should be 250, and McAfee should be 100.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm gonna let you guys talk. I'm gonna leave this screen on and freeze it, or you guys can adjust it. But I'm just leave it on this. You got 13 minutes. You're gonna have to give me guys 4 or 5 minutes probably. I'm gonna take myself off screen here. This odds board is wackadoodle. Like, this is completely the fact that strategic focus is Bracket Buster is only a few ticks above strategic focus is laughable, guys. Anyway, I'll let you talk, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Chris and Pete, take it away, guys.
So, Pete, what do you think about the pick 5 here, paying 53.47?
Yeah, isn't that lovely? Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you. Sadly, that's horrendous, and I think that's the way this day has been going. Sadly, I am live to that pick 5. I assume you are as well. Are you live?
I'm alive to it 10 times, so.
You are. Okay, good. I am alive to it a whole once, so that mine is not as lively. So at least for you, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and just to be fair, my base wager was 160 on that.
Yeah,
I didn't get a price in the last where I went deep, 4 deep there. Could have done a bit better, but 160 into 533 and 70 cents, not too shabby. I'll take it.
Honestly, I'll take the I am live to Magnitude, and we'll take the 250, which at least would pay for my which would pay for my ticket and almost get me back for the day, and will keep me alive into the 14th. And I have 3 horses. Wait a minute, is that the right one? I'm live to one of them. Let me see how many horses I'm live to. Yeah, I'm live to 3 horses in the 14th. So I'll take that. And then I'd like to see Magnitude win here. No offense to you and your play. For my purpose, I'd like to see Magnitude here, because I think at least then, depending on who wins the 14th, I can get at least a half decent payout on that one.
Yeah, I have no interest in the 14th. I'll be scarping down some chow at that point. Should we talk about Noah's pick in his play of the day, or should we give it out or not? Should we?
No, well, they had to pay to get it, right? That was from the power picks. They have to. We could tell them. Well, we could tell them after if it hits, and if it doesn't hit, then we'll strategically forget about it. How's that?
Yeah, it's race 6, 5-star play. If you've got it, if you subscribe to the power picks or Delmar, he does have a nice choice there, a 5-star play. He only had 2 today.
Okay.
And as I look at this on my phone, it was this race 6 and race 8, 5-star and a 3-star, both decent win bets on those, and also the 9th. So,
nice.
If you've got those, certainly look at those. You could look at his late pick 3 for $3 and the late double. And those aren't big tickets. The late double is a $10 ticket, but Noah has been hot.
He's been on fire. Yes, he has.
And Andy is the only one that picked the 1 here.
I saw that on the little thing that they posted on X, the little headboard with all their picks. That is the one negative that I have. But TC, I like Magnitude anyway, despite that. So I'm going to still stick with Magnitude. So when you looked at this race, I don't know if you guys talked about it already, Chris. Were you just strictly sovereignty from the get-go? You said Paul sort of convinced you a bit that he was the bee's knees, and that it made sense that you should only go with sovereignty, or were you considering any of the other horses?
Not really.
Is there a
I mean,
scenario in your mind? Because I know I have a scenario. Obviously, I like magnitude on top. Is there a scenario in your mind that gets Sovereignty beat outside of something stupid like him getting hurt or something? We don't want to talk about that kind of crap. But is there a race scenario in your mind that gets him beat?
he has to beat himself here.
You think so? Okay.
Mott's targeted this. He's never won the Travers. He wanted to win this. Apparently, he wanted to win the Derby, the Belmont, and the Travers over getting that really cool Tiffany Silver trophy, which he could have probably gotten if they just, did what normal people do. And this is an abnormal year. I've been on record with why do you not want to win the Triple Crown, right?
Wait, what is this? Chris Couples. I don't know what you're talking about, man. We don't just watch. We always have to have a little action play, right? You can't just watch. That's crazy talk. But yeah, no, I agree with you, Chris.
Don't maybe bring the Chuck Norris crap up. You got to have an action play here. If you don't like Sovereignty and you think that he's just done too much, I mean, you don't have much here to work with. Just box the other 4 horses in a try. And
I mean, even if you don't like Sovereignty, though, you can't imagine that he's not going to hit the board here, right? I mean,
yeah, but let's talk about that. We've got a few minutes here.
Yeah.
If Sovereignty runs 4th, and the other 4 horses fill out the try, what the hell does that pay?
That pays ridiculous.
Right?
Shit ton. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the odds of that happening outside of him falling down are pretty slim. I mean, just from the nature of his running style, I don't think that's even a possibility. Plus, some of the other horses are kind of crap compared to this level. But I think do you have a better shot though if you said I'm just going to toss Magnitude and say if Magnitude gets on the lead and he gets pushed a little bit, then he folds and completely drops out, and then you do something big with Sovereignty, similar to what we talked about with the Book of Dano race, although it's just a smaller field, so you're not going to get the payout. But is there a way just to play with Sovereignty on top, and then you say, you know what, screw it, I'm going to put McAfee in second or something like that and try and tackle it that way?
I think it's just rough, man. I mean, strategic factor here is the lightly raced horse. And could be, could improve here. A couple of runs at Saratoga, close. What had won was DQ'd to second, and then last out, just barely missed.
But was a poor effort. Like that last one was a pretty poor effort. I mean, remember watching the race when you looked at it, especially at the odds, when he took the lead, you're like, oh man, he's just going to run away. And he just completely flattened out and Chancer went by. And
and 4-3 is the favorite in the exacta at 3-1, right? So at least that's what I'm seeing right now.
Oh, is it? I didn't even look, actually. I'm glad you said that.
Go look at live odds here in the exacta. 4-3 paying $4. That's the favorite.
Oh, it is.
What's the favorite? 4-2. 4-1 is the favorite at 2-1.
2-1.
And then the other two, the 2 and the 5 are 14-1. But I mean, there's just not a lot here to deal with, Pete. I mean,
no.
Which goes back to Chris Couples' comment, which is, do you just watch here?
I was just more joking with Chris, but I agree. I mean, if I wasn't live, because I'm not going to bet the race individually, I'm just rooting for it strictly from a horizontal standpoint. So I'm mostly just rooting for. In all honesty, it's one of those where I'd rather cash something, even if it's crap and I lose money on the day. It's better than zero. That's the way I'm looking at the day at this point. Is let's not end at zero. Let's end with something higher than that, even if it's crap. So
yeah, I'm good. Like I said, I haven't done a whole lot. I got a couple of side bets that one is we get 5 minutes to post here. Howard is crunching the numbers in the background, figuring out what he wants to do. Big contest day for Howard going into this and figuring out what to do to get in the top 3 on the Twin Spires contest and get that choice of what he's won. He's also fending off his good buddy, Matt Miller, who is on his way to taco night in downtown Chicago to meet up with his daughter and friends. And I'm sure he'll have a play here because he's in fourth and he's got to do something here as well. So this will be.
Tacos sound good. I like tacos.
Yeah. But, you know, the Twin Spires contest goes through the next race, so it doesn't end here. And he is also in first on the just the money challenge as well. And he's also in first in the feeder. And as I take a look here at the Naira Bets contest, Greg Wolf, and it's WOLFE, which I think is a different Greg Wolf than the Naira guy.
Okay.
I don't think they'd let the talent play the contest.
Okay. Makes sense.
I would figure that they would not allow that to happen, and they don't let you search the leaderboard here, so it's hard to tell where Howard is. So I'm not going to scroll there. But in the Express Bet contest, where Howard is also playing, and he's got partners, he's talking to people. He's 10th in that one and 80th. 80th at $88. The other one at 10th at $22.81. So
nice.
The $88 one is probably going to be a crazy play to try and get up there. So
actually, there's a question in the chat that I think is quick. Is nice to talk about prior to. So Robert Zweig, when Magnitude posts a 136 mile, where will Sovereignty be? 3 lengths back, 6 lengths. I guess that's the one question in here, and one of the things I'm counting on. Sovereignty has been, I think, one of the positive. Not everything's been a positive for Sovereignty, but one of the bigger positives recently is that he's been able to be a little bit closer to the pace. So his late kick has even been more devastating. But that's generally chasing a slower pace. Magnitude runs the whole race, man. He runs. So if Sovereignty is going to be closer to the pace on purpose, maybe he's going to have to run a little bit faster than he's used to in the middle of the race. And maybe that saps his late kick a bit. And Magnitude is bred. I mean, Magnitude's bred, and he runs late as well. So he runs quick in the middle of the race, but he also runs late as well. So I wonder if that's one of the wrinkles, and that's one of the ways where you can look at it and say Magnitude has a real shot at winning this for that instance only. What do you think about that, just as a scenario or as a, an idea of how the race might be run?
Yeah, I agree with you, but I just think Sovereignty towers above this field, and Magnitude's up against it and needs to do something. Howard, if you can hear me in the background, if you can get the video up so I can bring that up. And
yep, hold on, guys.
Thank you.
Can't do that. Sorry, keep forgetting. Okay, I got to reset this here. How much time do we got, guys? Until
there's
1 minute. They're circling.
Okay. All right. Sound is ready to go. Everything's ready to go, guys.
Perfect.
Go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna mute myself for
Okay.
another.
So as we're circling around here, Pete, final thoughts. You really think Magnitude is going to get it done here?
I do. I mean, I don't think of it in a way like, oh, I'm super confident. I think this is the right scenario for Magnitude. What if Magnitude is just really good? And we know he's really good, but what if he's really, really good all of a sudden? From a figure standpoint, he's not far off Sovereignty. He's right at Sovereignty, basically. So what if he is just really good and he kicks away late? He's bred to be able to run this 1.25 miles. So the way I'm looking at it is you're catching him here, and if he's good enough to win this race, then this is the race you want to catch him to beat Sovereignty, and maybe the race flow favors him and is unfavorable to Sovereignty, and that's enough. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at it.
I think Sovereignty has to fumble the ball here to lose. They're circling around. Howard, do you have the volume up on your end? I don't know if Frank's talking or not. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to load here. Magnitude 7-2. As we look at this bracket buster, it's 16-1. The 3 strategic focus for Chad and Flavian is 6-1. Sovereignty 1-4, and Pat McAfee at 19-1.
Strategic Focus has maybe taken a little more money than I thought. I thought he would be maybe a little higher and Magnitude would be a little lower.
And people are betting the Chad Flavian combo.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, honestly, because of Flavian, I don't know if the 3 could win. I mean, in my mind, the 3 has a really, is a really minuscule chance of winning this race. But anytime Flavian's on a horse, I always give him a little shot.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining. We'll do a wrap up after this race. Hit the like, subscribe, and bell button. We would appreciate that. It helps the channel out a lot. Follow us on the HHH Racing podcast on X. Make sure you sign up for Apple Podcasts if you want to look at it there. But like, subscribe, and join our content. Chris Couples, I'm wrapping up now. Good luck, everyone. Finish strong, Howard. Howard, I'll give you the quote from Airplane. Good luck. We're all rooting for you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. It's a weird spot because it's hard to make money in this race. I do have an opinion in the last race, so we'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's post time for the DraftKings Travers.
Good luck to everyone in the Travers. Pick 5s are getting low, I assume. I didn't even look, guys. I'm assuming
Howard, when they open the gates, just give us your place, so we got something to root for.
For Winchell Thoroughbreds and Hall of Famer Steve Asmussen.
By the way, it's $50, Howard, with Sovereignty for 50 cents. To pick
what
5.
Is it with Strategic Focus?
I didn't look. It is.
Next will be Strategic Focus.
$1,000. 1,038.
Okay. I'm alive to Sovereignty 7 times, and Magnitude and Strategic Focus once in the pick 5.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm alive to Sovereignty 10 times, Howard.
Good luck.
Strategic Focus is loaded.
You only do what you do, right?
Sovereignty.
Here we go. Guys, I'll tell you now because it's coming up.
McAfee, the last one.
4-1 or 4-3 exactas, guys. That's what would be best for me. Either one would be okay.
Goes in.
Mainly 4-1.
Strategic Focus a little restless. They're in the gate. Strategic Focus very fractious in there.
What you want to see.
Comes down.
If you're 4-1.
And they're off in the DraftKings Travers, and Bracket Buster flies out of the gate, and so does Magnitude. Magnitude, Bracket Buster, as expected, 1-2, and McAfee is moving into contention. Sovereignty is close up. He's 1 from the outside and only 2 lengths off the lead. And Strategic Focus, who did not have the greatest beginnings, is 5th and last, moving through along the rail. So it will be Magnitude to set the tempo, and Magnitude leads it by a length, trying to slow things down as much as possible with Bracket Buster right off his flank. The opening quarter went in 23 2/5 seconds.
Sovereignty's in a tricky spot, guys,
racing
right now.
in 3rd.
Long way to go.
Then it's Strategic Focus in Junior Alvarado.
Not anymore.
Kentucky Derby and Belmont winner Sovereignty not far behind. And he's tugging his way forward to be a joint 3rd. The half went in 47-2. They run down the back stretch. And it's Magnitude leading the way. He's a neck in front of Bracket Buster, who's keeping him honest. And now Ben Curtis lets it out a notch. And Magnitude expands that lead to almost a length.
There we go.
Strategic Focus and Sovereignty are side by side. Sovereignty has a clear path now. He's 3rd and 2.5 or 3 off the lead with less than a half mile to go. McAfee has dropped back 1:11-1. Magnitude pushed along now. Bracket Buster is up alongside, and Bracket Buster puts his head in front, heading to the quarter pole.
Fight back,
2
Magnitude.
lengths back
Seriously?
to Sovereignty as Bracket Buster tries to sprint away, but here comes Sovereignty now. He's let loose with those big, powerful strides. Bracket Buster on the inside, and Sovereignty and Bracket Buster a long way back to Magnitude in 3rd. They're in the final furlong, and we are witnessing greatness. Sovereignty pouring it on, and for the first time since 1995, we have a Kentucky Derby Belmont, and DraftKings Travers winner as Sovereignty rolls home to win by more than 8 lengths. Congratulations to Belmont. There's your Travers.
Wow. Sovereignty, guys, in an absolute processional. Magnitude was absolutely awful. Strategic focus was even worse. Congratulations to a superior 3-year-old complete monster in magnitude, or in Sovereignty, guys.
Yeah. I mean, everything Magnitude, Bracket Buster Bracket Buster was fantastic because he tested Magnitude a lot more than I think Magnitude would have wanted. And Sovereignty just had a beautiful spot. I mean, yeah, he was between horses, but in a short field like this, once he gets clear, it's easy from there.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't look. That was a processional. I mean, 2 minutes 4/5 on a track that I wouldn't say is lightning today. He's just really damn good. That being said, I don't think we really gleaned much from this race. The other two potential threats didn't run a step, guys. They were all, let's just call it like it is. Bracket Buster ran well. Magnitude was bad, and strategic focus was awful. So I don't know what to say. That's not good for me. Anyone who had Bracket Buster in second, good on you. I never would have used this horse in second in a million years. So that's not a great result for me. Not a disaster, but not good at all.
No, that was tough. But I think I still just think you look at Sovereignty. You know me, I said on Thursday I thought Sovereignty was the best horse and most likely the top horse in the Classic for me.
Yeah.
I just thought today maybe you could get him from a pace scenario, but Magnitude crapped the bed, so that wasn't going to happen.
Well, we're going to find it next week because Journalism is entered in the Pacific Classic, going against Older. That'll give us a little bit of info, but those two are likely headed on a collision course in the Breeders' Cup Classic with Journalism at home base, home field advantage there.
That Pacific Classic came up pretty good, Chris, at least in the entries, in the entry box. Yeah, that came up. Fierceness and Nisos and Journalism and Baeza. I mean, that if we can get that field, Baeza, right? I saw that, right? Baeza was in it as well. Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at this time, Sovereignty is going to have to come out west and take them on their home course, which, Journalism is certainly important. I mean, sorry, Sovereignty is certainly important.
Chris, hold on. We got Junior here, Chris.
Right, those beautiful horses. And I mean, I got to thank this guy right here for being so amazing with me.
I have Jill just right next to you, Junior. He's truly amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you, Maggie.
Junior Alvarado.
Sorry, that's on me, guys. We missed a lot of the interview.
What's he
how
gonna
about
say?
this, Chris? Pete, how about this? Remember we talked about what the double looks like it was paying? I just did the math. As the 1-4 versus 7-2, there you go, my friend. 14 times bigger. Exactly as the double said it was going to be. How about that? Guys, I feel a little bit of a letdown, not because I lost that race from a contest. I just was hoping for a better race. They weren't flying. I think Magnitude, if you liked Magnitude, which you did, Pete, a little bit at least, you had to feel pretty good about yourself. He just, when it meant the most, he just didn't have it.
No.
I don't know if it was the track or the travel or the competition, but he gave that up way too easily to me.
He did. I mean, Bracket Buster tested him, and Bracket Buster was sort of on his hip a lot of it, but that's not what I expected. Because Magnitude had been running through the lane in his races. Now, again, he's usually up clean, and he's up open lengths when that happens. So he could just be a horse that if you test him, you beat him. And that happens sometimes. And that was what we expected to find out today. And I mean, shoot, Bracket Buster just ran huge, man. I mean, there's not a lot to say about that. That race came out of absolutely nowhere. So, I mean,
he did. I'm just looking at my. Sorry, I'm looking at a bunch of things with the contest here, trying to figure out. So I'll tell you what I did, and we are going to sign off here in a few minutes. What I did is on the contest that I needed the most money on, which was the Twin Spires contest. I'm trying to get a BCBC. I don't really care about the Mint Millions, to be honest. I'll be just straightforward. I'm trying to get in the top 3. I spent half my bankroll. I had $1,000 exact of 4-1 straight. In the other contest where I don't need as much, I played a small 4-3 and a small win bet on magnitude. So I'm not dead at all on either entry. I did take quite a big drop in the Twin Spires contest. Guys, I have zero regrets. Magnitude just didn't run. I mean, I was right about Sovereignty. I'm proud that I didn't fall into the put magnitude, big win bet. I just wasn't sure about him. Although I totally respect you, Pete, and everyone else who liked magnitude, because on paper he made a lot of sense in this race to at least run big. It just whatever. It's horse racing, so no shade there whatsoever. It's going to come down to last race, of which I have a relatively strong opinion, but it's a maiden 50 Turf New York bred. As Junior has thrown the flowers, how good is this horse, Chris? Well, let's talk for a minute or two. I mean, he's obviously the best 3-year-old in this crop. That's going to be, I'm guessing, a mid-100s buyer. It wasn't like, jaw-dropping, arrogant kind of race, but he didn't need to be. I could be wrong, guys. I still think he's going to have to run a little faster and better to win the Classic. I think these older horses are slightly faster than him. But what I really liked about him, Chris and Pete, is you saw me wincing during the race. Like, he was in between. It wasn't overly comfortable. This horse just doesn't matter, man. He just is he's a superstar. How good is he, Chris?
I think he's good. I don't think he's great. We're going to find out.
You don't think he's great? I just want to make sure I heard that. You don't think he's great?
I wouldn't consider him great. I think he's had a lot of it his own way a lot of the time. And, it's kind of the way that we're in the world these days where, they don't run that much, I would defer to Brad here and take a breather, Howard, focus on the last race. You're still in the contest. So make sure you turn the page and don't worry about that. I think he's going to sit until the Classic. And then, like Brad said again, he's going to go to Dubai and try and get his career for a Godolphin, and that'll be it. We won't be talking about it anymore, right? Like, this horse is not going to run.
No, I think he will go to Dubai. I would imagine because of the connections, he'll go to Dubai. I would think.
Yeah, but he's not going to do a full year. And how do I define great, Brad? Winning the Triple Crown and running in all 3 Triple Crown races. I'm a big fan of it. And they didn't do it. And they should have put a goat in the stall like they did back in the day. But he's good, but it's a 5-horse race. I mean, if this was Zenyatta in this race instead of Sovereignty, what would we say?
Here we
go. Or if it was Rachel.
You got to Zenyatta from 25 years ago, man. Come on. And
I'm just saying,
it's a girl, she wouldn't be in this race anyway, probably. Actually, it's not true.
Same thing. It's like, how well do you know, right? If they had any, look at who won last night in the Charlestown race. They're going to go to the
Vanishing.
Yeah, going to go to the Jockey Gold Cup in 9 days. If you think your horse is that great, go to Pennsylvania. Go wipe the field there and collect another $1 million.
It sounds like it's Chris. I don't want to speak for you, and Pete, I'll let you interpret. It sounds like because he didn't run in the Preakness, Chris just has a big grudge and just doesn't think he's great, mainly because of that. Am I wrong, Chris?
Maybe. It's just that I think we get hung up on these things too much. And I mean, Sovereignty is not Torpedo Anna. That race today with Torpedo Anna was way better than this race.
Well, it was more competitive, but that's not Sovereignty's fault.
No, it isn't.
Pete, you've said it 1,000 times. You can only beat with what's in front of you. This horse is beating everyone consistently, many different ways. I think he's outstanding. I'm not saying he's the best 3-year-old we've ever seen. I'm not saying he's Pharaoh. I'm not saying he's Justify. Pete, I'd say he's outstanding and pretty freaking good.
He is. No, I agree with that. I mean, it's hard to. What do we judge this by? It's really hard. Right now, I think Mike Carmoli, I think Sovereignty is great. Not necessarily one of the greatest of all times, but he's not done yet. Yeah, if he wins the Classic and then can win Dubai, I guess the problem is, right to Chris's point, is they don't run enough. It's hard for them to become truly great. And I think Pharaoh had to do it by winning the Classic. And Pharaoh Pharaoh lost the Travers, but we still consider him great because he did win the Triple Crown and he went on to win the Classic. And he sort of fought the battles that needed to be fought. Do we look at it from a figure standpoint? I know that doesn't matter, but like a figure standpoint, it's not like he's as good as where Flightline was or something like that. So great is such a relative term sometimes, and you can argue about it one way or the other. You can also argue it against his crop. And we think this crop is pretty good, though. It's not phenomenal, but journalism is really good. I mean, I would think journalism is a really good horse. And we got to see if, but he's the same style. My problem with journalism is the same style as Sovereignty to Away, and Sovereignty just does it better. So it's like he's just a better version of him that he's going against every time. I don't know. I'm with Chris a little bit where I don't think he's like great, but I think I'm with you, Howard. I think he's just an excellent 3-year-old, and he's having a fantastic 3-year-old season. And who the hell cares? Let's just leave it at that at this point. Let's see how the year shakes out.
Yeah, let's celebrate the win.
Because if he runs like shit in the Classic, then we're not going to think of him as a great horse, right? If he just runs like a crappy 4th or 5th in the Classic,
sure,
we're not going to consider him great. We'll consider him having a very good 3-year-old year who did some nice things and should have won the Triple Crown, and that's on Bill Mott and Godolphin, and they screwed up. Because historically, if he doesn't win the Classic, nobody's going to care as much that he won the Derby, the Belmont, and the Travers. It's a trivia question.
I will say, and we're going to end the show, guys, because I've got some decisions to make with 20 minutes left here, and we really appreciate what a fun show. I would say, Chris, the first race of the day was clearly the most exciting race for sure with Torpedo Anna. I will say, no matter what happens to Sovereign going forward, he's had a great year, and he is. I will say he's a great horse. When you win the Travers, the Jim Dandy, the Belmont, and the Derby, you're a great horse. That's all I'm going to say. Whether what happens in the Classic is something else. But we've had a great time, guys. Really appreciate Pete. Hope you had a lot of fun. First time on Weekend Warriors. Hope everyone cash. What did that pick 5 pay? $50? Is that it? Is that right?
$50, I think.
Wow.
Yep, the whole 50.
Okay. Well, I basically broke even on my pick 5, but I'll tell you what, the Ford one. The Ford won the first race. It pays 10 times as much, right? Easily 500, whatever.
Yeah, probably.
A lot of fun. Really appreciate it, Chris. Great job as always, my friend. We do not have Weekend Warriors tomorrow. We do. Pete and I will be on for Saratoga today. Tomorrow morning, usual time, Sunday, 10:30 Eastern. We'll talk about the late pick 5. Pete, I got to handicap it because I haven't looked at the race, but it's going to include my boy. It's going to include Jetman 10 in there.
10, yeah.
And so that'll be fun to talk about with 2 entries in that race. But Chris and Pete, any closing thoughts on the day overall?
Okay, Chris.
Great day. Sovereignty did what I think what everybody thought he was going to do. Good win. Just dictated everything, got everything his own way. I know, Howard, you were a little bit concerned in there. I wasn't. I just thought he was just way better than these, and he was going to go by them, which he did. No knock on him for nobody else joining. That's happened, for many years with other stakes races, with other horses that people just didn't, owners, traders didn't want to go against him, right? Like, I can go run in the Pennsylvania Derby for $1 million instead of this one. But, we're going to see what their plan is to map out and where they go. And the Breeders' Cup Classic is going to settle this debate in terms of, is it a good horse, a great horse, or whatnot. But credit to the horse, credit to Belmont and Godolphin. They've managed it well. They've got the wins where they wanted them to get. And, just keep pounding and keep your strategy, and it'll be great to see that Sovereignty run in the Dubai Classic for sure.
I'll just say one last thing is the only thing I'll say is it was cool. Maybe we saw like 3 Breeders' Cup winners win today, and on a day like this, that's fantastic. I mean, it wouldn't shock us if Sovereignty, Torpedo Anna, Patch Adams, Bookham Dano, if 3 of those won Breeders' Cup weekend, even Hope Road and all. I mean, Hope Road as well. So you could see almost 3 to 4 potential Breeders' Cup winners on one day and one card and in one sequence. So that's pretty awesome, regardless of what you thought it was chalky. That's a pretty awesome day.
Star-studded day. I'll just leave it this. There's one more race in both contests. Just to let people know, because you're curious. I'm 11th and 13th in the 2 contests. I basically won the contest. I need to be in the top 3 to get a BCBC seat. That's Twin Spires. The other one, I need to be in the top 9 to get either a BCBC or NHC, and I'm in 13th. So I got hit this last race, ladies and gentlemen, too. But I'll tell you what, from a contest perspective, I give myself up to this point, an A-, B+. You can only put yourself in these situations. I got to where I wanted to be going to the last race. I have a shot to get a seat. It'll be up on X. I'll see either way what happened, guys, and I'll let everyone know on X. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Again, greatly appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. Great show. For my wonderful co-hosts, Chris Walsh and Pete Visco, this has been your proud host of the HHH Racing Podcast, Howard Kravitz, Weekend Warrior Edition number 11. Crush your bets wherever you're playing. Maybe the Delmar Pick 6 coming up, the carryover. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
If you have not followed his Triple H horse racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.